How you guys doing? Another game, another day, another Browns game. Let's get it.
What this Broncos team was expected to be this year under first-year head coach Sean Payton. But a 5-5 record has folks in Denver dreaming of the postseason again. Pierre Strong awaits the kickoff.
It's bright.
Go through the end zone for the touchback. Denver.
All right, Browns offense getting the ball first.
So we get to see this Cleveland offense first. And Dorian Thompson-Robinson making the start again today. You see the numbers last week against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, rather pedestrian, but what got him another start was what he did in the 2-minute drive that eventually led to Cleveland winning.
All right, DTR.
Exactly right, Kevin. And most importantly, he's got to pick up where he left off. He had 4 straight completions to finish the game. He looked in control and got him in field goal range. They have an excellent kicker in Hopkins. He's got to give him opportunities today in the altitude to bank some of those 3 points.
He's going to keep it himself on first down. He gets to the edge, picks up 3, chased out by Alex Singleton. That's a weapon that Dorian Thompson-Robinson has, the ability to use his legs. As we take a look at the offense for the Cleveland Browns, no Deshaun Watson, but you look at what this offense can do, and Amari Cooper's a guy who's done things at a high level. Can they get him involved?
What's up, y'all?
And they've got to. You're going to see he's going to be shadowed all day long by Patrick Surtain. Get ready for this matchup. Amari Cooper has to show up with QB. Toss out of the backfield and an outstanding tackle of Jerome Ford by P.J. Locke. There was some question as to whether the Broncos would have Locke today.
Kind of locked onto his running back there.
Thrilled to have him back, especially without Kareem Jackson, who's serving game 1.
They're not going to give you a ton of space in the flat, so you make them back up a little bit.
It's been those excessive roughing type penalties. So P.J. Locke has to be a thumper in the box, and then you're going to see Justin Simmons, number 31, their captain.
Got one-on-one up top, Cedric Tillman. Watch the safety, see where he shades. Got the trips right, too. Safety staying flat-footed. Step up. All right, 3 and out. Play defense.
Playing a huge role for Denver on that first 3 and out.
Watch P.J. Locke. He's going to come up right here, and he's going to.
Yeah, I think the pocket got destroyed here. I think Draymond, just ran past. He could have stepped in there, though. You want him to step in the middle of that pocket because DeJuan Jones actually does a nice job of getting his man to run the arc there. So you just want him to see that picture, know that he can step up that time in the pocket and hopefully deliver something downfield. A little bit jittery there. It's first drive.
Coming on to punt to Marvin Mims Jr.
All right, 2 guys to watch with Denver. Marvin Mims Jr., Jaleel McLaughlin. Those are their home run hitters on this team.
Zone for the touchback. So the 3 and out pitched by the Denver defense, and now Russell Wilson will go to work against this Cleveland defense. And you see the last 4 games.
I still hate John Elway. What's up, Q? Down for another Sunday? Absolutely. Always down for another game.
Exactly why this offense has been so efficient. They've taken a lot of that workload off of Russell Wilson's plate and made it simple for him by running the football and running it efficiently. That really is this team's identity. And then Russ has this ability when plays break down to extend them and have those impactful plays, those big splash plays to big bodies like Portland Sutton, to Jerry Jeudy, who wiggles free over the middle of the field. Look for some of that today. Russ gets out of the pocket.
From the 20-yard line on first down.
Toss play here. And a good tackle by Alex Wright. Oh, no, Taki.
This offense coming out first in a fullback spot with Michael Burton getting the nod today, kind of indicating what they want to do on the ground. When they go to the air, though, look for Cortland Sutton. He's caught a touchdown pass in 5 straight games. He's got 8 TD catches this year.
Walking off Tony Fields. 2 linebackers wearing nickel. 3 wide left.
He wanted to see how they lined up.
They bring back a back. He's checking into a run. All right, it's 3rd down.
He's a yard short of 29.
So the idea is line everybody up, 4 guys on the outside and see who runs back with the running back.
Checked into a run. You can see he didn't like the personnel he had out there.
Good.
And that
numbers that haven't been seen in decades in the National Football League. And of course, it all starts with Myles Garrett, who's putting up numbers that put him in the same conversation as the best pass rushers of all time.
Oh, mama. There goes that man.
A third and short. Russell Wilson trying the right.
It's going to be close, but I think he's going to get it.
Sione Takitaki will play a lot today with Anthony Walker down. He makes the stop.
Well, he's going to feel a little void here to the right. Throws on over. Past that double team on the right by Myers.
Yeah, he got it on that last little effort there. Let's play a clean set here. They got Judy on the field, Mims on the
We're
field.
talking about Myles Garrett. He's got to have an impact. They're missing Denzel.
This is Javonte Williams.
And, of course, Anthony Walker Jr., two stud players for this Cleveland Browns defense.
On first down, Williams a little
Good stuff.
he tried to make
Good job, JOK.
got blown up
Good job, Jay.
by Usu Koromoa, the outside backer.
Check out this collision. Oh, mama. Watch this. As he's getting blocked,
Good stuff.
it's up and under Ben Powers, the left guard, and still makes a play. That's hard to do. You see him fired up after that, and he should be. He was getting pushed out of the way and still managed to stop that run before it got going.
50th tackle of the year for Usu Koromoa. It's second down.
All right. They're going to go to Mims here. He has a linebacker on him. No, it's going to be Juan Thornhill on him. So he's active.
Pressure coming to set up the screen for Williams.
No, that's nothing. And that's third and long. There we go. Keep playing the clean set here.
There's Taki. He's filling in for Anthony Walker. As you'll see here with some of these key inactives. But there's Denzel Ford.
Well, they'd love to have him out there. They're hoping
Oh.
it's not a significant shoulder injury. They didn't put him on IR. That's a really good
That's a
sign.
good sign. Correct.
Can he get back in time for the Rams game next week?
And that's been a staple for Jeff Schwartz in his entire career, going all the way back to Tennessee. He's always had that stud shutdown like 10 on 10.
Pressure coming on third and 10. Wilson will heave it.
Get up, get up.
That's it.
How are you?
Greg Newsome working one-on-one with Cortland Sutton in the
He had him, too. He didn't need to touch him.
first down.
Pass interference, defense, number 0. Ball replacement, 5-5, automatic, first down.
Gonna see these two all the way
Yeah, look, he had him right here. He just didn't need to touch him. He didn't need to do that. Now, there's contact on both sides. I don't know. It's not a great call either.
For me, but you see what Russ does. He gives him enough air under that ball. Still throws one of the prettiest deep balls in the league, and gave him a chance to run under it.
34-yard penalty later. It's a first down at Samaje Perine.
It's another flag here. It's got to be a hold, right?
With a flag down, him and offside. Somebody lining up in the neutral zone on the Cleveland side.
That's on Cleveland.
Offside, defense, number 91, lined up in the neutral zone.
We're giving them yards here.
Playing, first down.
Back-to-back Cleveland penalties have Denver in scoring range at the 31.
There he is, number 91, in the neutral zone. They caught him. He's lined up on Trump.
It's a horrible angle to show us.
Technique. You're going to see those outside alignment by those defensive ends, nice and wide to funnel everything back inside to the interior D lineman and the linebacker.
Broncos had 5 opening drive touchdowns this year, looking for a 6th as they marched into the 31. Wilson.
Pressure.
Pressure, steps away.
Oh, hit as he threw it. Good coverage.
He lobbed it up with Newsome all over Marvin Mims Jr. Fortunate that one didn't get picked off.
Good pressure here. Browns literally send everybody. JOK does a good job not getting the arc ran on
They were
him
just running those motions to see.
and actually gets an arm on them.
They showed a pressure look. Russell Wilson kept his tight end and halfback in, so it gives him a 7-man protection and plenty of time to try and lob one up, one-on-one on the edges. That's what I mean when these guys get these splash chunk plays. That's how they do it out of protected sets like that.
Now, thanks to the penalty, still 2nd and 5. We're in manageable situation for Denver and a fumbled snap. Ball loose for a moment. Russell Wilson able to get on
All right.
top of it. But now back at the 34-yard line. It'll bring
3rd and
it
7.
long for Denver.
Let's check this.
Yeah, he just fumbled it.
Now I can't totally tell what happened there, but he's lucky that thing didn't take a bad bounce. Kind of jumped on him a little bit, like his hands were coming out there. There's Jim Schwartz.
What does he think?
Absolute legend. Oh, he ain't scared to pressure anybody at any time. Third down, any down, you got to be ready for it at all times.
3rd and 8. Rush 4. Wilson steps away. Throws for the middle, down the sideline to the 5.
Too much time. Gave him way too much time to throw the ball there. The blitz just didn't get there in time.
But watch him break away from Newsom. You're going to see him step this route over the ball right there. Just give him a quick.
Nah, he slips in the grass too, loses his footing.
But something has really emerged. Here's the two of these guys going at it. You're going to see a ton of space as they get through the middle of the field. Boom, he hits that left turn, and Russ sees it falling off his back foot right before Miles Garrett gets a piece of him. But Sutton has been a huge target in this end zone, or red zone.
1st down and goal. Ryan barreling forward to the goal line. Still waiting for the official word as the officials run in. They'll unstack the pile. Touchdown. Denver.
Not a great start to the game. 3 and out on offense, about as quick as you can go 3 and out. And then the defense, not a very clean drive them by any standard.
Samaje Perine, I tell you what, this is, some blocking here by Trutman. Watch Trutman. He's going to get cross face. He's going to get inside there.
2 opportunities to get off the field there. 3rd and long, and the other 3rd down, the 3rd down that you gave up the pass interference on, and the 3rd and long right near the goal line. 2 opportunities to get off the field. Did not utilize those opportunities. You give up 7 points. Browns have a sloppy drive a game. This was their sloppy drive. Hopefully they don't have very much more of that. But we know that this team's a little bit more sloppy on the road, so we have to see how things go. And now, pressure's a little bit on DTR. Going to have to get this offense going a little bit because the defense is going to hold them to 0, which we knew wasn't going to happen. But, gotta have some offense this week. We'll see what happens. Give me 1 second here. I got to get some water.
Get the new Google Pixel 8 for as low as $0 at googlestore.com.
Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the new Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. What's in your wallet?
Geico makes car insurance easy. Say when. As easy as loving Parmesan.
Say what? Say when?
Say when.
When? Fresh no pepper?
Oh, yes, please. With 24/7 emergency roadside service, it's easy to Geico.
What can we get a box?
Of course. 5 celebrities are left in the special forces season finale. Who can last just one more day? It's getting real. Special forces season finale.
All right. Sorry about that. Make sure y'all hitting that like button, by the way. Do me a favor. Do me that solid. Hit the like button, y'all.
Call on the field was a touchdown. Adrian Hill.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
They weren't going to deny the former Oklahoma Sooner on this, but hard to tell in this scrum as to what was going to happen at the bottom of it.
You can't
Gotta wake up now.
Especially that I pulled out the sawed-off shotgun.
Gotta wake up.
Already. The lower muzzle velocity is the key there. That keeps them short, compact, small spaces, close quarters. That's why he's one of their unsung heroes here. Great on 3rd down, great 2-minute, and he gets rewarded with a rushing touchdown.
play 80-yard drive. Of course, 39 yards on Cleveland penalties. That pass interference was huge, but the 9-play 80-yard drive capped by the touchdown. And the second rushing touchdown all year by Denver gives the Broncos. Can you believe that? That's a wild stat. Now, the young quarterback with some work to do as Dorian Thompson-Robinson's team down 7.
So PJ's the backup today, right? Is Joe Flacco inactive, or did they activate him as well?
We mentioned that the penalties were huge on that drive, and the 34-yard pass interference was really the big play on this drive.
And I mean, they get the call. You know, it is what it is at this point. But to get through
NFL officiating.
a couple of
That's the slogan of NFL officiating. It is what it is at this point.
and Cortland Sutton with a couple of huge plays on that drive on the deep.
Sean Phillips says Chat needs to relax. Chat always needs to relax, man.
Last 4 games, efficient.
Y'all know how Chat be
They've
going.
gotten a couple breaks, just like that penalty. I mean, sometimes you need the ball to bounce your way. You know, and it hasn't. Those first 6 games of the year, right? Start 1-5 after the South Beach beat down. I mean, that's tough to look yourself in the mirror and talk to these guys and get them ready to go for another game. But credit to Coach Payton, man. He's really turned this thing around.
Out to
All right,
the
man.
25-yard line, first down and 10. Tomorrow on Fox, 5 celebrities are left in the Special Forces season finale. There's no prize, Mark, only pride. See if it can last for just one more day. It's the shocking season finale of Special Forces, World's Toughest Test, tomorrow on Fox. Season 2 of Special Forces will feature Mark Sanchez.
I hope was season 2. I'm all in.
No, I know you are. I'm pitching you publicly to get on that show.
Look at all those dudes on the line of scrimmage.
Up the 25 first down. ETR to throw over the middle on the cross. It's Njoku who makes the catch. He's had some drop problems this year, been able to secure that one, crossing and then run out. A little aggression.
All right, there you go. Stay on track. Stay on track. 2nd and 5.
I'm shocked at how many times they've come out and thrown the ball. I really thought the Browns would be a little more ground and pound, especially on the road. Your first start on the road, you know, not the warmest weather for a Cali kid. I might know a little bit about that, but Coach Stefanski, he obviously is trusting this quarterback right now. What they did to that running back of choice.
Big concern, Sean Payton stopping that run engineered by a guy he knows won't go down.
Good throw.
By Senator Tillman, the rookie from Tennessee, with good, strong hands through contact to make the catch of the 40.
There you go.
Up of 10, and a Cleveland first down.
He is running a curl route. See, DTR gives a quick flash fake and then gets his ball off just in time. But the strong hands through the catch and keeping that ball away from his body, keeping his body in between the ball and the defender. And that's textbook right there.
Good job there, Seti.
First catch of the season. First down and 10 from the 40. One fake, back to the air, low.
A little low.
Sliding catch made by
Still
Amari
caught.
Cooper.
Stay ahead of the sticks.
Pick up
There you
5
go.
on the play. If you can get 5 yards on first down, boy, it makes your offense a lot easier.
Absolutely. And we got our first Amari Cooper signing, which we need to see a lot of. Need him early, need him often, and most importantly, just kind of help out your young QB. It's not just the accuracy of completing the ball, but you know, it's really the precision. And the precision, the difference there is getting the ball to guys.
All right, Q, I'm here for the positivity. Let's go. Let's see what happens, man.
Thompson Robinson has had trouble doing that in these first couple starts.
Extra offensive lineman in for Cleveland.
Oh, you got the edge. You got the edge. Good run.
On the right side, he stopped short of the first down. Justin Simmons.
Good tackle there by
flying
Justin
off that
Simmons.
Secondary with a good, sure hit, shy of the midfield stripe.
Well, Justin Simmons is going to fly into your screen. You're going to see big 75, Batonio almost running in your living room. And boom, Sertan puts it inside, and there goes Simmons. Watch Simmons right here, 31. In hot pursuit, has no problem leaving the middle of the field and flying downhill to make a hit. You're ready for a push.
Snap it to Harrison Bryant, but false start is going to cost Cleveland 5.
That's what they're dealing with in the noise. You got to have poise in the noise on the road.
False start, offense. Number 55. The center moved the ball forward before the snap. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Mostly they said move the ball forward.
No shot. No shot. What are you talking about?
That's probably.
That's normal. You're allowed to do that.
He's got to get creative.
They're calling that. They got the spread or something, dog.
A little different than the defense.
It's a weird one to call.
For offense, they're working with a lot of guys that they didn't plan on playing.
4th and 6. One of those guys is the quarterback. Ball to the middle, catch made by Tillman. Can he get to the midfield stripe? Fighting for that extra yardage, pushing the pile. And Tillman is going to be.
They're going to say he got it.
The nose of the football, if it's a left-footed spot from the top side official, is going to be at midfield.
But remember what we said about accuracy and precision.
It's inches short, and it's 4th down, and now a decision for the Browns. And
It's not a decision. We don't.
Decision here. They're gonna
Yeah,
go for it.
come on.
When you saw on that snap, it's a little bit behind them. Instead of getting them going forward, here's that same trick.
And Ryan fumbles the snap. The ball underneath the pile is recovered, and it's Denver ball.
It doesn't even matter. What the fuck are we doing here, man? Just playing sloppy, man. Just playing sloppy.
The other fumbled snap, though, and Denver turns the Browns away at midfield.
Streaking, coach. Well, watch this 3rd down. This ball.
What's he want to look at? Kevin looks like he wants to look at something here.
You see that just slightly?
That's not behind, by the way. I don't know why he's saying that's behind. There's a safety in the middle of the field. You don't want to lead him into the safety. You want to get that ball on his chest, outside shoulder, or in his chest area. I don't know why he's making a big deal out of that. But, yeah, you can't fumble the snap on 4th and inches, man. Like, come on now. It's not the most focused game coming out from this team. You could tell from early on. They're not very focused right now for whatever reason. Which happens sometimes in the league, but if they want to win this game, they got to tighten up a little bit here because these mistakes are just getting ridiculous. Now that fumble doesn't really, like, if you weren't going to get it, it doesn't matter because it's the same result, but we'll see what they're trying to look at. Kevin is trying to get something looked at here. We'll see if there's any success with that. But yeah, just not the greatest start to this game at all, which we've seen before in Browns victories. So it can be overcame for sure. But it still is annoying. Got to play a little cleaner than that, though. Got to play a lot cleaner than this if you want to win this game. All right.
It's better over here.
On the bright side, how about that YSU playoff win? It's a good win. You know, the YSU playing against Duquesne, you kind of expect that. We bring them up there for money games, so you kind of expected to win. Real test going to be Villanova, and then you got to play South Dakota if you beat Villanova. South Dakota State.
Goes and scores, then they get them to turn it over on downs.
Now Wilson looking for a deep shot. He'll settle for the check.
Wow, you just missed that.
Incomplete. Javante Williams was open over on that far sideline. Mark had a little bit of room to run if he could make the catch.
I don't know if that got tipped on the edge. Let me see here.
Not really.
If it was anybody, it was Dalvin Tomlinson. But if he tipped it, it didn't change the trajectory much.
Yeah, the ball just bottom line behind the running back, and that's where Russell Wilson has been so efficient. We mentioned it in the open, but these underneath passes, the screen passes, the bubbles, the throws to the halfbacks out of the backfield have been money. So just an error throw.
On 2nd and 10, Williams, who was
Good job, Miles.
for a neck injury, back in and is stopped for a loss on the play as we get a game break from Carissa Thompson.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Cardinals down 7-0. 3rd and goal. Kyler called his own number. Goes in untouched for the score. It would add a 2-point conversion. They're up 8-7. Kevin?
A rare 8-7 update.
I thought Russ was going to keep that. Myles Garrett took the dive, and then get the guard Powers to get up and kick out Mora. Russ had a shot there for a big game.
3rd and 12. Big play for this Browns defense to get the turnover back on Southern changes.
Uh-oh.
Ron Russell Wilson stopped short
Short.
of first down on the
What's that?
Super Bowl
42,
run.
4th down, 4th and 2,
If we catch up with Russell Wilson.
56, 57-yard field goal. Are they going to kick this?
Running around the end. You see Trautman gets a piece of him. Bulls has to try and get a piece of him. Myles Garrett runs the hoop all the way around and almost gets him.
But with that gain mark, they're going to keep the offense on the field for this 4th and 3.
Atkins is in there.
I got to imagine that they're just trying to draw us off
Now we've
sides.
got a timeout going to be used by Denver. Sean Payton wants to talk this one over before that 4th and
Yeah, I think they're just trying to draw us off sides here on 4th and 3.
7-0 advantage for these Denver Broncos against this Cleveland defense that has enjoyed some historic numbers this season. On pace for the best total yards allowed since the Steelers in 08, pass yards, Dolphins of 82, first downs allowed for games. You can go back to the 73 Rams. An opponent 3rd down percentage on pace for the best since the Patriots of 2019. It has been a remarkable defense so far for the Browns, but in this game, Denver's 2 of 3 on 3rd down. The Broncos have a touchdown on the board, and Denver's been able to move the ball okay so far.
Well, this is the time we want to get them in that first quarter before they make any adjustments. You know, the Browns have been giving up points, and it really happens early in the game. They tighten things up and suffocate you on offense.
They're afraid on 4th down this year on 4th and 3. Wilson, pocket collapsing, in some trouble, steps away. Wilson on the right.
Fumble. Ball. Browns got it. Is that going to? Yes.
Wilson
Wow.
but the ruling on the field was a fumble recovered by Alex Wright, and the Browns turn him away.
Did he fumble that?
Denver was expecting man-to-man. You're going to see all those crossing routes and hit routes. And what do we say about the routes?
Yeah, he fumbled that.
They blow out of there into a zone cover.
All right.
There goes the ball.
Get a turnover, baby.
91 right. Oh, it's a punch
Good job. J-O-K.
by Owusu Koramoah.
J-O-K again, man.
Get back.
What an inspiration he is. Good job there. Good job there. Because I was looking bad for a second defense. All right. Hopefully that can turn some things around. Getting a turnover here. Let's get a nice drive going. Let's tie this football game up. Let's get it.
And get special rewards just for being customers. Like left-handed people, people with birthdays, even career-driven women who have sworn off loans.
Sorry, I want you to like a fall.
Yeah, they were able to move the ball pretty well throwing it. They just didn't get that first down because they fumbled the snap twice. They had a fumble. Well, they fumbled the snap on 4th and 1, and then they got back the 4th and 1. And then, well, no, they got back to 4th and inches, and then they fumbled the snap. So the offense was moving well. They just, again, the story at the early part of this game, if you're the Cleveland Browns right now, is just getting in your own way, right? I think that's the bigger story is that, okay, you're getting your own way on that first drive, tons of penalties. You don't help yourself. You let Denver score. And then the second drive on offense, you're moving the ball well, but, you're getting your way a little bit offensively. And you fumble a snap, which should be a pretty surefire first down conversion, and you give the ball to Denver and plus territory. Luckily, you don't get in your own way on this one, and you get the fumble.
Great punch out by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah as he jarred the ball loose just before Russell Wilson hit the turf, and a turnover back to Cleveland. They take over first down and 10. They're on 34. And off to Kareem Hunt. I will struggle forward to the 37.
4 yards.
Back to that turnover mark.
Well, watch these players. They all got their hands in the air. See them? They're screaming at each other. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is empty. There's nobody in the backfield. We're not going in man-to-man. You see Koromora go outside number 6, and then he runs back inside to come in and play zone. They blow out of there. They were expecting man-to-man. This is an excellent check by these guys in just an empty zone.
Yeah, good job by the defense there.
To make that check and then execute that way after you had lost the down and Russell had got the first down is amazing.
Pressure coming, PTR, triple hits and throws, and that's going to go out of bounds. Nobody in the area. That pressure from Nick Bonito. I'm going to talk on the far side. Did it get
They might throw that flag.
I don't think so. Got back to line that scrimmage. She definitely got hit.
Oh, they're going to say it was a fumble.
No ground, just a tip. But with the throwing motion affected, you don't get an intentional ground ball. So it's 30%. Big call, good eye by the.
We already have more penalties than last week. Yep. Hey, quarter. Middle field open.
Start up front and to the sideline. The pass incomplete. Looking for a flag is Njoku. Surtain on the coverage.
All right,
No
punt it.
flag on the field.
Play field position.
The Browns will have to punt it away. And the Browns defense.
We're just not holding up well on the offensive line, too. That's starting to affect things.
Time talking with each other this first quarter.
That's all they've been doing. After giving up that first touchdown drive, they came back to the bench. It was like a master class. 2 players to every coach, just communicating. After that, they came back out there, just punched the ball, came back. What they've been yelling: training camp, fundamentals, punch that ball.
Thanks so much. It's the deep man. He's going to let this one bounce to the 5 and another punt.
Those punts are carrying too much.
It's his second touchback punt of the day. Russell.
All right, let's just get out this first quarter. Let's just get out the first quarter, man.
After the fumble.
I wonder if chat's being reasonable about this current predicaments, or are they ready to? How was that not PI? Okay, somebody just called for PJ Walker. Yeah, chat's doing chat stuff. Okay, cool. Good to know how chat's doing. Look, y'all. It's not been a great first quarter. Nobody's going to try to tell you that. But we'll see. We'll see what this game looks like, right? That's why there's 4 quarters to a football game. Guys, see how the game looks like. And let's be real. You're better. You got DTR's probably like your best of all the possible options. You're down to all your options, your good options at quarterback. Let's be real here. The best option right now would be if Deshaun was playing, but unfortunately he's hurt for the season. The second best option would be if Nick Chubb could be here, but he's out for the season. The third best option would be like, hey, we ain't got Deshaun, we ain't got Nick Chubb, but we do got our left tackle. No, we don't got that. So I understand the offense is dealing with a terrible hand for the rest of the season. It's gonna look like this sometimes. You're not going to have the smoothest offense in the world. You're not going to be able to be up there with Kansas City as far as scoring. Well, not even Kansas City because they don't even score that many points. But you're not going to be the Chargers, right? Where you just score points, score points, score points. You're going to have to play a different style of game, and this is part of the style of game that you're going to have to play. Just got to get used to it. Winning's a lot easier when Deshaun's in there, right? Winning's a lot easier when Nick Chubb's in there. But when it ain't going to be easy, no matter who you play right now, if you're the Cleveland Browns, because you're down a couple key pieces. You got to figure it out, and you're at the early parts of figuring that out. Maybe in a few weeks here, once we figure out some things and get some chemistry going with some guys on the offense with the quarterback, maybe things start to get a little bit easier. But remember, it's going to be a process. Just because he won the first game he started does not negate the whole process. It's going to be a process. You have to expect a process. This is part of the process.
Ownership group, including Condoleezza Rice, part of that Broncos ownership group. The interesting thing is Condoleezza Rice maybe emotions torn a little bit today. She grew up a lifelong Browns fan. In fact, remember a few years back, there was a rumor floating around that the Browns were talking about her as a potential head coach for the Cleveland Browns. She denied it. They denied it. But it at least got out there enough that there was a discussion that maybe she would be considered to be the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. It's now part owner.
Way to close in on that, Tony.
Broncos, and watching Jaleel McLaughlin with the carry, tripped up by Tony.
Yeah, just this Jaleel McLaughlin out of YSU. He is tougher than you think to tackle and fast.
Last drive. They kind of fell in love with the score. They fell in love with the momentum of the game. And got away from what got them on this 4-game streak, and that's running the ball like you just saw on first down, getting positive yards on first down. Same with this, mid to outside zone.
Second and Cole Wilson to Portland Sutton.
All right, 3rd and 4.
Newsome out there in the coverage area, but Sutton not able to pull that in.
Well, here's Sutton. I love the foot fire at the line of scrimmage. I love cross and face on Newsome. That's been a good matchup for Cortland Sutton. In the early part of this game, he's just got to finish that catch. Russell screen or something.
He's got P-Ryan in the backfield. P-Ryan with the carry, and P-Ryan up the middle for the first down. Ran it right at that Broncos defense, or that Browns defense, and picks up 6 for Denver.
We got to get better at stopping this run stuff, man.
See, it's just an inside zone, and you see the wide area in the middle.
I don't know what it is that makes us. I mean, maybe it's just that we're so good at everything else, it just points out when we're average somewhere.
Front. Just trap those wide defensive tackles.
Probably that.
Well done by Sean Payton there. Getting right back on script.
Up to this first quarter, Wilson on the sprint.
There's nothing.
Wilson just releasing away. Ronquo with a little bit of pressure on Russell Wilson. This Browns team, they allow almost 7 points in the first quarter every week. It's the second, third.
Yeah, we do this every week where we give up a touchdown in the first quarter. It's weird, man. It's so weird.
It's hard to score on them. It's like facing an ace pitcher in baseball. If he struggles in the first or second inning, you better get to him because he.
Q, you're great, but the Browns are okay. Hey, Ray Rags, ban him.
It's out of bounds at the 50-yard line, but it's coming back. It's going to be a hold against Denver.
Holding offense, number 14. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, second down.
It's Cortland Sutton called for the hold.
Well, here's Sutton. Let's see where. On talkie number 44. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, I'm with you, buddy. Palms up. I didn't see it there. Maybe they're evening it out for the pass interference call. I mean, I don't know. I got to grab him by the flag. What do you do?
Second down and 5.
Yeah, that was a beautiful toss play that got cut up inside. Lynch, opened that thing up. Here comes that trap again. Watch the trap inside.
There it is. And the same result. bursting up the middle. They are clearly seeing something there that Russell is checking into and getting big yardage on the ground.
Well, it's these D linemen inside. He sees them so wide, and he just splits them right in between them with P. Ryan. You hear him checking it at the line of scrimmage. Watch the Browns. They're going to have to come up with something to stop that.
Well, this is where the Browns defense usually starts to make its adjustments as the second quarter's about.
All right, 7-0. Enter this first quarter. Really just want to get off the field here. Yeah, well, they're running those inside traps on the wide line nine. I think they're going to have an adjustment to that in the second quarter, right? They're going to get on the sidelines here in the quarter break, come up with an adjustment to that, and they'll be fine. I don't think that's going to happen the whole rest of the game. I think that's what Jim Schwartz is there for. It's what his experience is there for. You have to imagine he knows that there's something that he can do against that, and they'll start to put that in. Maybe they'll keep a spy in so you can have somebody hover over the middle of the field that might open up some things and put Mike Ford in a little bit more danger than you want to. So you have to do the risk reward between that. Sly said, like I said before, we just suck first quarter. It's fine. Yeah, we aren't the greatest first quarter team. We just aren't the greatest first quarter team. Like when have we ever this season come out and like blew somebody out in the first quarter? I don't think it's happened. Hey, it's better to be a good fourth quarter team than a good first quarter team. So, yeah, first quarter's done. Let's see what happens with the rest of this. Oh, they got a good Thursday night game this week. Seattle versus Dallas.
First quarter stats here in Power Field and Mile High in Denver. Those 68 rushing yards that Denver had in the first quarter, that's the most rushing yards in the first quarter allowed by Cleveland this year. And Wilson to throw as we start off the second quarter. A check down that's dropped by Javonte Williams. That's the second time that Russell Wilson and Javonte Williams haven't been able to hook up with Green in front.
Well, that one, look at Russ's feet when he's just kind of standing straight up, and he doesn't really get. Watch when he throws this. He's just stuck in cement, and he tries to just place his ball. Watch his feet right there. He's just kind of all arm and tries to like feather that ball in instead of just throw it with conviction and cut it loose. I think that last miss is still on his mind, and he wanted to get an easy catch. He missed it.
I feel 2 for 7 for 31 yards for Russell Wilson on second down. Williams on the ground to the Cleveland 46 yard line.
3rd and 7.
Third down. Denver is 3 for 4 today on third down against the defense that's only allowed 25% conversion rate all year.
All right, let's lock up. Lock in.
True to form with them only giving you 3rd and longs. Like, just getting to third down has been hard enough, but then you get to 3rd and 7 plus. And that's exactly what they make you do. But they can get in field goal range if they're smart here and steal a couple yards, even if they don't get the first down.
We saw some booming field goals and warm-ups today. Wilson, with nobody open, dancing around, buying some time. Wilson throwing on the run.
We got to get there faster than that. We're just not creating pressure at all. Look at this. Look at the pressure here. Nobody's really penetrating here. Not even Miles. They drop Miles back in coverage. Nobody gets pressure there. Nobody rushes him there. Just clean pocket. You can't let that happen against a veteran quarterback.
Are you kidding me?
Especially when your secondary is shorthanded. Good job by Oboe to try to get his arm up, make that throw a little bit more difficult.
Securing that.
But we just got to get him.
Now 4 for 5, the Broncos on 3rd down. Jaleel McConk's with the running back. Gets the carry. Bounced right into the belly of Shelby Harris, and then Zadarius Smith finished him off. This team has been historically good on 3rd down, the 3rd lowest percentage since the 2000 season. But for some reason, the Broncos have solved it early.
Well, you see what they're doing. They're trying to go with a little pace. They're trying to get some information from this defense by lining up in one set, shifting to another, motioning back and forth.
No. He got out. They didn't snap the ball. Nor did they tag him. That's going to be false start, right?
Neutral zone infraction, defense, number 95, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
4 penalties now for 48 yards against Cleveland.
Here's Myles Garrett, left side of the offense, right side of the defense.
Great 5-year vid. Keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate you.
Second and 7. Oh, my God. Down the sideline. Russell Wilson chased out of bounds at the 6.
We want to do it the hard way again, man. Come on.
The Jets. Oh, watch just the quick inside fake. There goes Russell Wilson outside the defensive end. Myles Garrett, they got him pinned inside. They saw it from a couple plays ago. Damn, and the lead blocker in the front like a hurt. No straight to the contact. You see him clear on the way. Well, that's that scheme they're playing. They're bending the end and scraping the backer over the top. That's why they have the lead blocker in front.
From the 7, Wilson on the keep again, going to the other side. The blocker out front and taken down at the 5 by Thornhill.
Play works out well. You're streaking, Kevin. Just flip it and run it again. It's the exact same play.
With less successful results this time, 2nd and goal from the 5.
You heard him on the first time. He's saying pizza, pizza. He's like the Little Caesars guy.
Yeah.
And that was her call for the lead blocker with the zone read.
12 plays in opponent territory. And this hill getting steep for a Browns offense that has struggled at times throughout the course of this year. Second goal from the 5. Wilson.
Holding.
Wilson on the roll, hit as he throws it. He threw that one away. Alex Wright with the pressure.
Let's go back 10.
The flag, dropped at the 6-yard line.
Second and goal plus 10, right?
Offside, defense.
How do you throw an offsides penalty 5 seconds into a fucking play?
Now,
Second time Alex Wright is lined up in the neutral zone.
How do you throw that flag that late?
There he is, number 91.
What?
Lining up wrong. I mean, these are.
Why don't they show the side angle to see if he was actually offsides? Like, why do they keep showing us the end zone angle for that?
Hard enough to win on the road in this league. If you make little mental mistakes like that, it becomes even more difficult.
Those are pre-snap errors, which you can't afford. On the whole, that's it.
It's a motion, it's Wilson on the keep.
It's Indianapolis all over again.
10 games. Shoot touchdown. For a quarter plus today, they have 2 and a 13-0 lead.
All right, gonna have to get points here. We know the drill. We know the drill. We gotta get points here, y'all.
He's going to go down with the running back Williams, and they're giving this defense so many looks, motions, and so many looks on that zone read. It's making it play a little slow. Russell Wilson is really taking advantage of it.
Will Lutz with the extra point to make it 14-0. Russell Wilson showing the wheels. Mark Sanchez said he was going in here. He didn't go in there.
Unhitch the trailer, big guy. Let's go.
He's finally in. 14-0. Denver in control early.
If sweat is your body's natural way of cooling itself down, then condensation is a beer's natural way of saying, drink me. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
15 Pro, your husband is $2 to sell me one a new iPhone. A better plan is Verizon.
This Black Friday weekend, turn any iPhone in any condition into a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE, all on us. Only on Verizon.
Get more cheer from your morning routine. Savor the season with our peppermint mocha flavored creamer and make 20 cups of deliciously.
Gotta act in. Gotta lock in, man. Yeah, the zone read shit. This is the same stuff they did in Indy, man. It's the same exact stuff they did in Indy. They're not tackling like they did in Indy. We know what it is. We look, now I'm 14. You know, you got to score here. We've been here, 3-4 times this season before. We know what's up. We know what they got to do.
A hat and it fits in one hand.
8, 7. She's out, Doc.
The Big Ten Championship is on Fox. J.J. McCarthy and third-ranked Michigan for the playoff and title on the line against Iowa. The Big Ten Championship, Saturday at 6:30 Eastern on Fox. Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Bud Light. We remind you to drink responsibly.
13 plays, 80 yards. Russell Wilson with 23 yards rushing on the drive, including that 2-yard touchdown run. And you talked about the limited menu that he was working with, but safe to say he is officially cooking right now early in the second quarter.
Pick your protein. Chicken, steak, fish. Sides are set, Kev. Sides are set.
They're set.
We need something to get our energy up.
Well, the headlines have changed regarding this Denver Broncos team for sure. Then, let's start with first. Russell Wilson is terrible, and the Broncos are stuck with him. Then, Sean Payton is doing a way worse job at coaching the Broncos than Nathaniel Hackett ever did. But now, Russell Wilson has his teammate believing in anything. A stark contrast in the span of one season.
Oh, heavens. Come on.
Listen, PTR has got to get this run game going to the air on first down. He wants to go over the middle and an adjustment that Amari Cooper can't make that ball behind him. When you see those Broncos headlines, Laura, and Russell Wilson is starting to pick things up. He's still learning.
It was there. Got to give a better ball here.
With him about that, 'cause he
Calm
said
down, kid.
He was driving on the PCH in San Diego by himself, pulled over. He said, I was thinking, I was praying, I was asking God, you've had me on the mountaintop so long, why am I coming down? And he realized you can't mountain hop, right? You got to come down to go.
Yeah, Jayon says, just rewinded. Nobody was offside, not even close. Yeah, they've caught some weird penalties here, man.
It's mountain hop right now, not trying to be anyone else, and boy, are we seeing Russell Wilson.
He has looked like old Russell Wilson today.
Good run.
Getting to the outside is forward, and with good speed, tripped up across the 40, near the 43. Wyatt Teller leading the way.
Well, finally, this is what we were expecting from the Browns, but you see
Who's on the call today? They're not good.
the edge, and Ford circles this defense right outside, and you're going to see Teller make a huge block. Block has to get
Way to see it. Way to see it. Flew to the game. Still got to watch. Still watch Q. Appreciate you, Goat. Appreciate you.
The fact that this play selection is the way it is, with a rookie quarterback making his first road start in Denver, it's crazy.
Again, the play fake. ETR throws that one away. Nobody in the area. He had Benito and Allen bearing down on him, and he threw it away. And you're right, the defense of Denver has struggled mightily to stop the run. In fact, they're dead last in the NFL entering this week. The Browns are third. They have carried the football 5 times for 29 yards. They've thrown it 10 times.
I mean, I thought those numbers would be flipped at least, you know. So let's see if they really get into this run game.
Like Jordan Thompson Robinson's looping a little bit after that play as well. Keep an eye on Jay Walker, the only other active quarterback, Joe Flacco, on the practice squad, but not up yet. Another
push.
good run. Back to the ground and a first down for Jerome Ford inside the Denver 45-yard line.
Look at this 3-man side here. They identified it perfectly. This is Coach Callahan. This is old school New York Jets 2009 run game, baby. We used to call that outside zone there on the weak open side was wolf for us, weak outside zone. And you see him give that key lock to the receiver, reminding him to run that defensive back off and let the O-lineman take care of the box. Well done by Coach Callahan on this rush attack.
Now you got 5.
You need to stick with it, man. Don't get too fancy here.
Having a look with the quarterback. Well, DTR breaking a couple of contacts, gets down to the 30.
Good run, DTR.
Behind Ethan Posick. Good first down run of 9.
100%. I mean, give me a dozen of those jelly-filled sprinkles on top, more runs and more runs. This is perfect. Quarterback design runs. Take a page out of this Broncos playbook, man. Run the quarterback. Give him some easy completions as a changeup. Move the pocket. And where the heck is Amari Cooper? I need that guy touching the football with the streets. Give him a fly sweep, a jet sweep. I don't care. Just get number 2 the football.
Oh my God, this color commentator sucks. All right.
Oh, yeah. Hit the
DTR, it's Kareem Hunt. Gets ready to take the snap. Fakes the flip to his quarterback in motion. And now Hunt slipping tackles down inside the 30 at the 29.
There we go.
Drew Sanders, the rookie from Arkansas, brought
Much
down,
better.
Creative to get 7.
Well, they're getting creative here. Here's Kareem Hunt, but you're going to see Dorian Thompson-Robinson come back here. We're going to see that again. He's going to get that reverse and potentially throw it because Amari Cooper was on the backside. And if he's not open, he's just going to have an open lane to run. You see the little fake pitch? Fresh set of downs.
Well, some of the staples of the Bill Callahan run game are to set up plays for later on in the game.
100%. I just think they kind of flipped them from the start. They want to package these plays that look the same.
Thompson Robinson to throw over the middle, trying to fit it into an extremely tight window to Elijah Moore. Jaquan McMillan
Settle in there.
In coverage. Up second down.
I thought he was going to hit the crosser underneath. McMillan was all over that sit route over the ball.
Oh, it was there.
Elijah Moore, in man-to-man like that, you either want a route that keeps running or you have to slam on the brakes and get back down the stem that you released at. But McMillan, to his credit, he kept him from running back down that stem and finding an open lane for the quarterback.
Second down and 10. See if they go back to the ground. No, back to the air again. Quick toss finds Moore and Elijah Moore close to
All right.
a Cleveland first
3rd and
down.
1.
Looks to be about a half yard shy of the 20. Get him 9, and it's 3rd down and 1. Browns are 0 for 3 on 3rd down this afternoon.
They're basically in goal line personnel right now. They got Nick Harris in the backfield.
Michael Dillon in for an extra lineman.
Basically jumbo 23. Ooh, look at the big fella. Big guy Harris. Look at him.
3rd and 1.
Easy.
First down by plenty.
Easy.
Sometimes the simple plays work the best.
Oh, yeah. Keep it simple. Make it easy. Let him just lead up there. On a little power.
Oof. Michael Dunn got smacked in the back by Kareem Hunt there.
There he is.
Sean Payton was very concerned about what this run game for Bill Callahan was going to look like. He said he's one of the best in the game. He said he's somebody who studied every single offseason to see what he's put into a run.
Well, you have to. He's building down for the gold standards here in the NFL when it comes to run game.
As DTR tried to reach out with
What are we doing? That's another one of those weird, like, mishaps.
He's able to pounce on it.
That's a 3rd.
We're not even getting force fumbled. Like, that's the 2nd fumble of the game, and it's unforced.
Just loses that.
There's just something in the air. Might have to watch this game on mute. Yeah, just, I don't know, man.
And kind of spun out of his hand awkwardly. See it right there.
They putting something on that football, man.
11. Holds, floats it for the end zone, looking for Elijah Moore. Coverage from Fabian Moreau. No flags. And it's third down and 11.
Well, I think Browning was offside.
There's Joe Flacco, signed this week to the practice squad. 180 career starts, and he's been already an invaluable voice for the young rookie quarterback. He said he's been asking him a ton of questions. He's a great guy. We'll see if he is active for next week's game. Remember, they're going to stay on the road this whole week and go out to Los Angeles practice.
This is the beginning of a,
That's it.
long road trip for these guys.
Third and 11.
You got time.
Pocket holds, time to throw, and it's dropped by Jerome Ford.
All right, kick the field goal.
Good protection, decent throw from the rookie quarterback, and he just couldn't hang on.
I like the progression. I like the throw. It's exactly where you want it. If you can, you'd love to body him up a little bit more, especially backside of the backfield. And when you have a young quarterback like this, you need a solid tight end and you need a running back to help.
Hope they keep chipping away and keep it close. Yeah, I expect they will.
This offense figured it out.
I expect the defense to get their act together after this drive.
36-yard try to get along the board.
There we go.
And the kick is good. And the Browns convert
14-3. Let's get some stops here, man. We know what work needs to be done. We've done this before. This is nothing new. Let's keep chipping away. We know we can run on them. I honestly think you can throw on them. You're just not executing a smooth game here. And again, man, it goes back to what I've been saying. Getting in your own way, right? We get a nice drive, get all the way to 50. All we got to do is get a 4th and inches conversion. Can't hold on to the ball to get the first down. Another thing happened similar to here, right? We're on a roll. We're about to run this ball again. And then whatever happens between Dorian Thompson-Robinson and Kareem Hunt, the ball spurts out of nowhere. We got to jump on it, lose it down and 2 yards. Drives all out of whack now. Got to get out of our own way. The only people beating the Cleveland Browns right now are the Cleveland Browns. Same things happen on the defensive side. Right? Same things happen on the defensive side. Same things been happening on the offensive side. The only people beating the Browns right now are the Cleveland Browns. They got to decide they want that to be how they go out today. Ray Rag says, I take a nap and see the Browns are letting Russell Wilson look like Gardner Minshew. Russ is significantly better than Gardner. Man, that's what's going on. You looking for the story of the game. Browns beating themselves right now. DTR in his own head, you can see in his eyes. I don't think he's in his head. Like, I think he's fine. Like, he's not playing the greatest game in the world. But I think it's like, they're behind schedule. They're off script. You're not going to thrive. I think Deshaun be having the same type of game. We be talking about it being something else with Deshaun. It's just sometimes quarterbacks don't come out and light it up in the first half. We've literally seen this before. Just tighten up, get out your own way. Everything else going to figure itself out. But that's the only real story that you could take away from this first half so far is the Browns are just continuing to get in their own way. And the question is, are they going to find a way to get out of their own way? Because if they do, they'll keep this game close.
This year, the Denver Broncos launched the Stadium Artist Series to celebrate and amplify the work of local artists across the region.
You got to get out your own way first, though. The receivers need to adjust from the velocity from DTR. Yeah. DTR also needs to learn to take a little bit off of it. It's a two-sided process.
All right,
let's get out of our own way here.
We talked to him and he said, I'm not on social media during the season. They smiled sheepishly and said, I got on last week after the.
I think PJ is better than DTR. What do you think?
Right now. He said last week.
I don't think that's true. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's see what the kid has. We have not seen enough from DTR to have a definitive opinion of him.
He said, Mark, you've been one. just that constant encouragement with these guys. feeling
Like any
up-
definitive opinion about him right now is a knee-jerk
There's
reaction.
so much knowledge and experience from Joe Flacco. It's almost impossible to glean all that from him in just the short amount of time they've been around each other, but he's got to do his best.
First down. Here comes pressure on Wilson. Gets rid
Get the tackle.
Spins on the sideline. And a good gain on first down. Mike Ford.
All right, get him off schedule here.
After the 8-yard pickup from the pressure from Brandon.
Get him off schedule on second down.
Wilson able to stand in and face that pressure. This is a big drive, though. You see the first 3 possessions for Denver. Touchdown, fumble, touchdown. Denver's going to have the football to start the second half after winning the toss and electing to defer. This is a huge moment for Cleveland. Can they get the stop and get the ball back before halftime?
Well, here's that 4-by-1 set where Russ is trying to figure out this defense, line up an empty.
By the way, is Miles playing limited snaps today?
The run. Making his way through traffic. Javonte Williams is going to have the first down. Bouncing off Browns.
All right, get him on this set. Get him on this set.
That's 10 hard yards for Javonte Williams.
So now they're just figuring out different ways to get this run game going inside. And it's putting a little lipstick on the pig. It's same runs, but we're going to dress it up a little with some of these.
Why are we passing the ball at the worst run defense?
Love so much and forces defense.
Gotta be able to do both.
Browns average allowing 99.6 yards per game on the ground.
And you gotta avoid getting behind the sticks. Like if you want to keep running the ball, you got to keep ahead of the sticks. But if you fumble a snap, you're gonna get behind. Another way, getting in our way. False start.
False start.
There we go.
Offense, number 74. 5-yard
Finally.
penalty, still first down.
DTR is giving the receivers a chance. Yeah.
They're trying to change things up.
Russ was checking this play here. Ben Powers just got
Miles has been off the field a lot today. I wonder if that's because of something to do with the COVID, where they don't want him to get too tired. Like there's a long-term effect from that COVID incident that he had in 2020 because he's really not on the field a lot today.
4-man rush. Wilson with time. Looking deep.
Nah.
On the sideline. Terrific adjustment.
No, 1 foot.
Against Greg Newsom. The pass is ruled incomplete, out of bounds. Didn't get the feet down. The officials are going to confirm now it's a catch. Ruled a catch on the sidelines after a conference between the 2 officials, and the flag is thrown. But it's going to be pass interference against Denver, so none of it matters.
The run on the field is a completed catch. During the pass interference, offense, number 14. 10-yard penalty.
All right. The calls are just weird. The refs are just weird today for both teams.
That's one way to neutralize Myles Garrett is when he's not in the game, take your shots downfield. Oh, you see that left arm just push Newsom.
Boy, it's a catch though.
Toe drag swag right there. That was nice. Shout out Nate Beans.
That's an interesting call there.
You know, Kerry Colbert teaches that. You know, wideout coach. Just got to be a little more subtle, a little more sleight of hand with the push off.
A first and 25 for Denver. Back-to-back Bronco penalties. Browns rush 4. Wilson under some late pressure. Flips it over the middle incomplete. Looking for something.
All right, 2nd and 25.
Wilson hit the deck late in that one with the pressure to Darius. Myles Garrett's been neutralized so far. Watch Garrett in hot pursuit. He's all over him all day long. But they make sure to see the halfbacks. When they check release like that, you got to get a little shot at his ribs, take a little rib meat, and then use your cadence as a weapon. And Russ did that really well there. Just keeping Myles Garrett off.
He crying, talking to coach. Look.
He's out of the game.
Shut up.
You see what happened?
Just shut up. He's not crying. Like, y'all are so ignorant sometimes.
He says, well, here's what I'm going to.
Watch him right here.
Good play, Miles.
He's barely even looked like that's just all instincts and God-given talent and ability. The guy's overflowing with ability. And Russ.
All right, get off the field here. No penalties. No penalties.
With the throwing lane. almost like what he did on that on the naked to Mims to start this drive. You know, you got to navigate those throws. It's so tough. Big 95.
So now 3rd and 25. Wilson rolls away from Garrett, dumps it off to P-Rod. P-Rod
There
out
you
of
go.
bounds.
Punt. Get the ball back with 3:35 left.
Get the stop they needed in help and some help from those penalties that flew during the drive. But Cleveland's going to get the football back down 14-3.
Right, it was the penalties and getting off schedule by the Broncos. Once
3
again,
minutes, 3 timeouts. Got plenty of time here.
1st and 2nd down, getting into 3rd and manageable.
Secure this punt.
Really relying on that run game. For the Browns, their formula is get you into 3rd and long. You get into 3rd and 25 against the Jim Schwartz defense. Good luck.
Roche from the 18-yard line. Looking for a little bit of a crease. Dives forward to the 27.
All right. Got to the 27.
And that will end the return of Crochet. Cleveland coming back to work on offense. Down 4.
All right. Last drive, you got to 30. I mean, you've been able to move the ball consistently against the Broncos today. It's just turning that into more points. Again, it's about getting out of your own way. If they do that for the rest of the game, I like their chances because I really do think that the Browns have really just gotten in their own way all first quarter, all first half. So defense doesn't get in their own way. Now the Denver offense got in their own way on that drive, kind of ruined some of their good fortune with just mishaps. So if you're the Browns, you got to find a way to get out of your own way on offense, play clean for the rest of the game, continue to move the ball, put up points. It's going to be a slow grind. We know what it is, but I think it's an achievable goal here for this team. We know what they're capable of. We know what they've been capable of. Yeah, you got the 2-minute warning here and 3 timeouts. So you got all kind of time. You can run whatever you want to. They shouldn't feel like they're in a rush or anything to run any specific concept or push the ball down the field. You really got all the time in the world here if you're the Browns. Almost too much time. Let's move it. By the way, appreciate everybody watching live right now. Make sure y'all hit that like button. It'd be appreciated. Hit that like button.
This game is unpredictable and unbelievable habits. So if you bet, set limits. Never chase your losses, and only bet what you can afford to lose. Learn more at responsibleplay.org.
The math finger is taking you to bowling time. It's the first group play. And shocking double elimination.
Oh my God.
All you Masked Singer Wednesday on Fox. Broncos before the game paying tribute to one of their own, Harold Hasselbeck, on Thursday. A longtime Bronco, key member of Denver's back-to-back Super Bowl championship teams, passed away. He was 56 years old. He was a teammate of our colleague Mark Schlereth at Fox, and we got Mark to give us a couple of words on his former team. He said he was a great teammate, incredibly intelligent. I think he spoke 3 or 4 languages, incredibly gifted athlete who busted his ass for years to become a great football player. Super Bowl teams. Back to work here on first
Good
down.
play. Good throw.
Cedric Tillman, and a big gain on first down for Cleveland of 17 as they try to put points on the board before halftime.
Good job here.
Run this corner route from the slot like that.
And a nice ball here from DTR. Opposite hash. Throws it right when he breaks and has him.
Across. I thought he was going to go to Cooper, number 2 underneath. But I love what Tillman did. He got some separation.
Back to the air again.
Oh, bad ball.
Of Jerome Ford, and now second down.
Can't necessarily say goes inside. But I know
Get a run here.
do this. It's been pretty good in these 2-minute situations. We saw it at the end of the game last week against the Steelers. But most importantly, we started this drive with over 3 minutes. They got 3 timeouts on the in their back pocket, plus the 2-minute warning. Plenty of time, and no matter what, I need to walk away from this drive with Hopkins kicking a field goal at worst. A touchdown is great.
He says the 2-minute drills are running into all the time with Chip Kelly in college.
He'll run.
Really comfortable for him. Back to the ground they go. Not bad play. They get 3 yards. The ground game's not out of this yet.
Absolutely not, especially with all those ways to stop.
You want to get one off before the 2 or let it run? Let's let it run. You got 3. They're going to let it run. Yeah, they got 3 timeouts.
Talk about it. They're 1 for 5 on 3rd down today, and they're going to take a couple of moments, not rush the quarterback.
See, with the veteran guy, potentially, you give him a 2-play package. Just say, hey, you ready to go? Because we're
No, the reason, and again, I don't know who's on the broadcast today, but they're not the most insightful, unfortunately. The reason you take that down to the 2-minute warning is, in this situation, is 1, you're down 14-3. 2, it's 3rd down and 7. So you know that, 1, if you wanted to run the ball to just take time off the clock to reduce Denver's chances to score, you're not going to be able to because you have the 2-minute warning, right? Because now that's going to stop the clock. You're going to give Denver back the ball if you don't have a successful conversion with no time taken off the clock. And basically, they're going to have a whole drive's worth of time. Or if you want to throw the ball, which 3rd and 7, you're probably going to want to throw the ball here, right? And you're going to hope that you complete it. But if you don't complete it, you know that, hey, okay, the 2-minute warning's up. They're going to have less time and less things to stop the clock with. If you get the ball, the 1st down, and obviously it doesn't matter. You have 3 timeouts. You have plenty of time to get 50 yards, and you're fine. That's why, right? You wouldn't want to try to run 2 plays here on 3rd and 4th down. I don't know what he's suggesting. And yeah, it's been a weird call here by the color commentary team. All right, let's get this thing going.
Behind the relative.
It's a new celebrity guessing game. See their relatives sing, guess their superstar family member.
I know that voice.
And win life-changing money. We Are Family, January 3rd on Fox.
Meet the Verizon Test Force, a dedicated team of engineers obsessed with testing 5G network performance in all 30 NFL stadiums. Powered by Verizon's 5G network, the NFL's live content correspondents capture every touchdown from the Dolphins' Jalen Waddle, the Eagles' A.J. Brown, and the Giants' Saquon Barkley, and share highlights with NFL fans worldwide. When it comes to your 5G network, Verizon doesn't compromise on reliability. Brought to you by Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL.
All right, let's get it
Coming up on
going.
the Verizon halftime show, Carissa, Charles, Julian, and Mike will break down some NFC West rivals dueling, Allen versus Hurts, and perhaps the potential of more snow in the Rocky Mountains coming up on Verizon halftime.
I need to know what Julian Edelman thinks of the Browns and Broncos and the cream rising to the top. Cream season, baby.
Just said it. 4-man rush from Denver. The quarterback steps away. Now going to try to get the 1st down on the ground, and he twists his way right near the line to gain. He's going to be short.
Let's sneak it.
By about a half yard.
Let's sneak it.
He got 6.5, and Alex Singleton yanked him down.
I think he's just short.
Sneak it. Come on.
49 Singleton. Got him. Jones had him. 93. I mean, your fringe field goal range, but that just gives you a short field. If you're Denver, if this team can get a stop, this place is going to erupt, and they're going to have a chance to double up on points. Remember, they get it out of that 3rd quarter hit.
And off Hunt. And tumbles forward for the 1st down.
Wow, that's an interesting way to get that yard.
Got underneath and lifted him up, but he moved the chains.
Kareem Hunt just jumped over the whole line and just stayed there. Not seen that one very much before. But that's an interesting way to get that yard, Mr. Hunt.
Their first time out to let that pile unstack a little bit.
My God.
And he went way up there.
Like my Thanksgiving plate.
And then
Holy
climbing
moly.
right over Batoni. What is that?
He almost got F5'd.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, and Hunt was a little slow to get up as he came down.
Well, we were talking Macho Man Randy Savage. Poor guy fell off the top ropes.
Did.
Yeah.
He's feeling. Remember, he came back when Nick Chubb tore his ACL. Here are the Cleveland Browns, plus 25 in the final 2 minutes of the first half. This is a huge 43 yards left for Cleveland as they try to draw closer before halftime.
And they're already sniffing field goal range with the elevation and the ability of Hopkins, their kicker. So DTR's got to be smart.
Got time.
They'll check it down. On the edge, it's Ford. Makes a man miss. Ford's going to have a first down. And
there it is.
The 32.
Good job finding your running back, DTR. Good job finding your running back.
The tackle, and that allows Ford to get the first down.
And that's the difference for DTR, the quarterback here for the Browns. A couple of those throws have been behind running backs. This one is perfect, right in stride. And what does that allow you to do? It allows you to make a move on the edge, get elusive, get skinny, break a tackle, and now you got a field goal in the bag. This thing is all but secure. No negative plays right here.
Singleton, one of the best tacklers in the league, but not on that play. That results in first down. Broncos rush forward, pocket collapse.
Oh, good throw. Good. Get down. Get down. Get down.
Inside the 10 and down to the 9. First and goal, Cleveland.
All right. We calling a timeout. We're going to let it rock. Yeah, run it here, call timeout. Run it here, call timeout. Look at that dart here. Good. Oh, wow. Great throw. Wow. Keep it, and he. Wow, that was a great throw.
Now stop the clock with 34 seconds to play first half.
I love that he kept his eyes up on the scramble, attacked the pocket vertically, manipulated Singleton, number 49, with his eyes, and then threw it right behind him.
Ninth play of this drive. 66 yards.
Just stay in 2-minute mode all time.
He looks great.
And you still have 2 timeouts.
2 timeouts.
You don't go anywhere here. You don't have to throw it in the end zone.
Jerome is set way too wide to run it.
Throws, incomplete. That pass deflected by Mike Purcell. Carried out of the back of the end zone, and it's 3rd and goal.
And Purcell just did a little bush rush. It didn't even.
Oh, he had David.
Quarterback, really. He was just mirroring the center the whole time. And Big 98 got his paw up there and affected that throw. That would have been a touchdown.
Big play here. 3rd and goal.
They're going to hit David.
Sets. Throws back corner of the end zone.
Oh.
Incomplete. He had 2 receivers there. Cedric Tillman and Elijah Moore.
All right, get the field goal. That's fine.
That just didn't look right to me.
I don't think Cedric Tillman is supposed to be there.
Outside against Patrick Surtain without Amari Cooper. I mean,
somebody wasn't supposed to be there. I think Elijah Moore wasn't supposed to be there. Yeah, I think Elijah Moore came off the line of scrimmage, thought that thing was coming to him and carried to the ball. I think that ball was meant for Tillman. And Elijah kind of brought his man in there and kind of ruined the play here. We'll get that figured out on the sideline. All right.
And it's a 14.
Much better second quarter. Much better second quarter.
Now 0 for 2.
Goodness gracious. But at least you know that you're moving the ball well up and down the field. You just got to finish these drives. Honestly, like you get a tip ball there that causes you not to score a touchdown, or you get like a miscommunication between wide receivers there. I think it's going to come eventually. Just they're kind of breaking in a new offense. We'll see what it is. But 6-14, given how this game started, find enough place. And again, Browns fans, we've literally been here before. We know what needs to be done, what can be done, even with the backup quarterback or a starting quarterback. We know that this team knows what they need to do in this situation.
I thought there were some opportunities left on the field there. And you see him, he was talking to DTR Stefanski right there. I think he was showing what we were showing on TV, that we finally get Amari in the slot. Surtain's not going to follow him in the slot because he's strictly outside. And that's your chance.
Extend the field goal. barring a return or a late score by Denver, it'll keep one of the more unique stats that Denver has alive. As the kickoff will go through the end zone for the touchback. And 22 seconds to go in the half. Denver will take at least one more snap. Join Fox Sports in giving the gift of opportunity this holiday season by supporting nonprofit partner Sports Biz Careers and its efforts to change the lives of underrepresented high school and college students through the sports business. Visit sportsbizcareers.org to learn more and donate.
Jasper, get out of here.
First down.
I'm going to nail this one out.
In the tenure of
Set a timer for 12 minutes.
Field goal from Cleveland. It continues this streak. Denver has never had a double-digit lead at halftime.
All right. So let's talk about the first half of this game while I put on red zone while we wait for halftime to get over here. First half recap for this Cleveland Browns Broncos game. I would say the 14 points that you gave up to Denver, kind of a result of your own sloppiness on the defensive end of the field, right? You gave up the touchdown on the first drive. You had them in a 3rd and 10. You beat them in a 3rd and 10. But Greg Newsome gets a little bit too handsy when he doesn't have to on a wide receiver route. And they called it ticky-tack pass interference, but they call it. And that extends the drive for no reason. They should have been off the field there. You got in your own way. You got in your own way multiple times after that during that drive. So got in your way for that 7 points. The next 7 points got in your way that entire drive. Not false starts, offsides, penalties, all kind of weird stuff. Resetting the down markers because you're giving them free plays. Like, got in your own way defensively. Offensively, they're moving the ball well. I think DTR can throw it. I think you can run it on Denver. I'm not worried about making up the point differential because it doesn't seem like it's going to be impossible to do versus this Denver defense. It's just you have to get out your own way. Get to the 50-yard line on your second drive of the game. Get to a 4th and 1. It's an easy scoot. You know you can do it. But instead of catching the ball, we fumble it. And then even before that, you get to a 4th and 1 and you get a false start, right? Getting in your own way. That's why the Browns are down right now 7 points. But fortunately, all that's cost you is 1 score in a game where you knew, Denver was probably going to score more than 14. So I think all of the foundational pieces for a comeback are there. The question is, are we going to get out of our way long enough to allow that comeback to happen? That's going to be the big story of the game in the second half, or at least for me. But right now, the Browns have gotten in their own way, created some of their own problems, and now they're digging themselves out of a hole that they created. They're more than capable of doing so. They've done it on the road, at home before. We've literally seen this. We know that this team's not a great first quarter team, but they finish well. And that's what it's going to take this week to win this game. Jayon says, hey, this is Browns football. Nothing easy, but they'll fight to the final bell. DTR looks good. Needs wide receivers to make some difficult catches. And the overall team just needs to settle in. Top tier commentary. Appreciate that, Jayon. And yeah, I would agree with that along the lines of that description, right? Just need to get out your own way. I think DTR can move the ball down the field quite fine with this team. I think you can run the ball against this Denver Broncos team. And I think, I'm usually on the side of let Kevin do what he needs to do. But I do think that Kevin could stand to run the ball a little bit more in the second half. Soul Train says, Tillman stepped up. I've been impressed so far. Absolutely. 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 Yeah, I want to see that last red zone throw from the all 22 angle, because I feel like they're talking about there being a missed opportunity to Coop. I want to see if that was there. It seems like Kevin thought it was there, right? But there's a lot there, man. There's a lot there. You can move the ball versus this Denver Broncos defense, no matter how you want to do it. It's just going to be about getting out your own way. I know people are going to be pissed, but it's Smith's. I have no idea what you were trying to say there, CTG. I gave that. I tried. I have no idea what that means. But it's, yeah, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know if those are acronyms. I have no idea what you're trying to say there. Can somebody clarify that for me in chat? But yeah, that's what I think. Now, y'all gonna let me use the restroom. I'll be back. Hit that like button. I'll let Red Zone play in the background while I do so.
This one, he does a great job of holding the corners outside. Look at his eyes. He's going to pretend like he's turning inside and then turns right out and fires it. The rain isn't affecting him much.
We got another defender down. This
He took the place of Josh McDaniels, who was let go about a month ago. First and 10, Mahomes. Smith the block and downfield it goes. Take up Diablo from behind. Kelsey just caught one for 20 in the first down. Ellis Scantling goes on a deep corner. Diablo is beaten. Excellent throw by Mahomes.
The 2-minute.
So we're at the 2-minute warning there. We've got the 2-minute warning in Vegas. We've got an injury timeout, and it's Fletcher Cox. Can we show Fletcher Cox, guys? One of the best interior defensive linemen for the past 10 years in the National Football League. Coming to the sideline here, Nick Sirianni even came from the sideline over to see his big defensive lineman, see if he's okay, as the Eagles show some concern for him. For what it's worth, Fletcher Cox has played in 182 games as a Philadelphia Eagle. The record for most games as an Eagle is actually being set today. It's by Brandon Graham, the fellow defensive lineman for the Eagles, playing in his 189th career game in Eagles green.
Sets him up at the 39 as Cook. It's ridden down by Cunningham. Just a yard.
Very hard to run in the middle on this team. Coach Rittenberg is a way to run against this Eagles team to get a chance. Will be on the edge.
We're talking about McDermott being from Philadelphia. It's an interesting twist. He's from here. Sirianni is from just south of Buffalo, 60 miles in fact away from the stadium in Orchard Park, Jamestown, New York.
Wow, that's why they can't stand each other. I'm joking.
I'm sure there's respect, but don't see each other too often. Other conferences as Allen play action up top he goes. Kincaid could not come down with it. He knew Bradbury was waiting on him.
This ball got away from Allen because Kincaid runs an incredible route. Watch is going to go in.
We got about 5 minutes. We got about 5 minutes before Browns Broncos comes back. Appreciate everybody who hung with me through the break. Yeah, we got about 5 minutes. We got the ball to start, so we're gonna have to get a stop to start the game, to start the half. But go ahead, get that stop. So the Ravens and Chargers, that's the Sunday night game or Monday night game?
2-minute warning timeout here. Chiefs in scoring range.
Wow, the Raiders are up 14-7 on the Kansas City Chiefs right now, which is interesting. Also, NFL halftime is super short, man. Like, I barely have time to do shit like, I'm trying to set up my dinner, use the restroom, check on some stuff, return some texts. I barely got time to do that in the NFL halftime. Like, how do they have time to do anything game plan? They got to run back onto the field, off the field. I don't imagine that you get much done at halftime. Like, maybe you get a banana. Like, that's all you can get done because it's not very long at all. All right, we got about 3 minutes left of halftime. DTR's looked fine. 2 to 3 drops from wide receivers in a route that Elijah Moore ruined for a potential touchdown to Tillman. Chill, y'all. It's 1-score game. Defense needs to step up. We got this. Yeah, and the game's a full game, right? Yeah, wait for the full game. BMB Browns, 17. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, I mean, DTR, he's a rookie. He's going to look like a rookie at times. Sometimes he's not. I thought he made an excellent play there to get that ball to Cedric Tillman on the run for like 20 yards. I think that there's really a lot more to get out of him, but you got to be patient with getting that out of them, right? You can't just put him out there and leave him left for dead and expect him to just get to his full capacity. You want to ease DTR into getting his full potential out of himself, and how you ease that into existence is that you just little by little let more and more happen, right? Get him comfortable in the 2-minute. Eventually you're gonna want to have him be as comfortable as he is in the 2-minute in the other drills. Like, you just want to have him ease his way into the game. This is why I said this with Deshaun Watson coming back from that injury. Unfortunately, he got hurt before the process ended. But I'm going to say this with DTR right now. It's a process. Okay, just because he won last week don't mean the process over. And just in case if you win this week, that doesn't mean the process is over, right? The process is the process, which means that it's going to take about 2-3 games for him to really get a real feel for NFL football and to be able to make an adjustment and evolve off of that. It's going to be a bit of a process. We got to expect that it's going to be a process. And we can't just go out there, watch a quarter of football, and be like, oh, that's the finished product. It's not. All right, less than a minute before the Browns and Broncos come back. So let's jump back to that game away from Red Zone. That's what it's going to take to win, right? Just step by step, little piece by piece. We know what it takes to get this game, right? We've played this game before. And what you have to trust if you're the Cleveland Browns is that you've played this game more than Denver's played this game, right? The down 14 in the first quarter, pick your way back into the game stuff. Like, you've played that game if you're the Cleveland Browns much more than Denver. So, if you start coming back, the closer and closer you come, the more and more uncomfortable Denver's going to get. But you know that you could come back from this. You've done it before. You've done this with PJ. You've done this with Deshaun. You can do this with DTR. You've done this, right? You've done the comeback win last week with DTR against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So there should be no doubt in this locker room that this is definitely a lead that they can come back from. It's, again, just about getting out of your own way. If they do that, then they'll have a chance. If they don't, then we'll be very frustrated with the result of this game.
And the Broncos get set to go. First rushing touchdown for P-Line this year, just the second rushing touchdown.
What do you think of CM Punk returning to WWE last night? I'm going to be honest with you. I am as big as a CM Punk fan as anybody. I've just been burnt out with CM Punk. Like, the will he, won't he stuff with the elite and his inability to just be normal at AEW really just made me not want to go out my way to watch him wrestle anymore. Like, if it's in front of me, like, I'm not boycotting CM Punk, but I can't go out my way. It's Mark Sanchez is the color commentator. That's interesting. But I can't go out my way and get invested. That's the line. I can't get invested in CM Punk stuff anymore because I just don't trust that he's going to be a mature enough person to let these storylines see themselves out to the end. It's like watching a TV show that always gets canceled. And it's like, at some point, I just don't want to entertain putting on another season just so it could get canceled and I don't get the ending. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it's been with him. And I'm burnt out on CM Punk stuff. But hey, happy for him, happy for WWE, happy for people who are excited about that, who didn't watch his AEW stuff, because he was legitimately great in AEW, it's just, you know, he just always something goes wrong and then he doesn't finish a story for whatever reason. Do you know why Martin Emerson isn't on Stutton? Because Greg Newsom's the better corner.
To trust his reads. As for Denver's ground game, he said they've come up with some nice runs. We just need to make adjustments on that.
Well, thank you. First and 10 from the 25. Makes it across from Jerry Jeudy. Wilson rolls away from pressure, steps back towards Williams. Williams, well defended by Cleveland. Little misdirection trying to get something going, and they pick up a couple.
Good shit, Tony Fields.
Second and long. First half offensive leaders. Russell Wilson, the leading rusher. Russell Wilson, as you might imagine, the leading passer. Cortland Sutton, 1 catch for 31 yards. Pass game didn't do a lot.
And Zadarius is down right now, holding his hamstring.
For the Browns. So while they tend to him, the athletic training staff is out at the 27-yard line. To look at Zadarius Smith will step aside from Denver.
Top phone. I can't even watch the game. Play. This is not a watch party. Watch party.
Yeah, hopefully Zadarius is cool. It looks like he just had a little cramp. Usually it's a cramp when they just sit down like that.
My bad. Should I pull forward a touch?
Hope he's got progress.
No fees or minimums and no overdraft fees are another reason banking with Capital One is an even easier decision than this.
Who's going to deliver the toys to the kids?
Yoo-hoo! No.
You steal the presents one time.
What's in your wallet?
Yep. This is going to be 2nd and 10 or 3rd and 10. I think it's 2nd and 10. And they're probably going to bring in Okoronkwo or maybe Isaiah McGuire because he has to miss the play.
Wow.
Get the new Google Pixel 8 for as low as $0 at googlestore.com.
Boy, it's a long commercial break for a very regular injury situation. Hopefully everything's okay. Let me check. Yeah, Zadarius Smith walking off the field with medical personnel. That was a minute ago. So like he's already off the field. They're just using a television timeout right now because of the injury. So it's going to be like, what, 2:45 on television timeouts? Yeah, the television timeout's gotten longer and longer.
Three-time Pro Bowler Zadarius Smith walking off towards the bench. The athletic training staff was looking at his left foot. He seems to be moving pretty well. Hopefully he'll be back into this one sooner rather than later. Although Okoronkwo on the field now for the Browns. 2nd and 8 for Denver. Just underway in this third quarter, 14-6 Denver lead. Wilson, quick toss out to Jerry. There he is. And Jeudy up the sideline, closing in on the first down marker.
All right, 3rd and 1.
Out of bounds, just about a yard shy. It'll bring up 3rd and 1.
And just a quick little wide receiver screen right here for Jeudy, and you're going to see the block in front of him by Sutton. The big body, willing blocker helps spring Jeudy forward. But I like that. Get him involved. Didn't get a touch in the first half. Just shy of the first down, but you got to get him touches, man.
Now 3rd down and short. Pitch.
Oh, we got it. Let's stop. Let's go. Yes. Big play by JOK. 3rd and 1. Get the Broncos off the field to start the first half. Huge.
Jeudy on that play before. But here's Wilson Cormore out. Boom. Plays this immediately. You see Russ open the other way, fake the fly sweep. And number 6 is all
There we
over
go. Big play,
But
man.
as soon as Judy didn't get, you just got to get violent on the sidelines and push for that first down, so you don't even have that third down attempt.
First that forced today by Cleveland, and they needed it.
That's big for Cleveland right there.
Ball bounce. Everybody trying to stay away from it. The Cleveland uniform. Denver surrounds it at the 20-yard line. That's where the Browns will take over first down and 10. Oh,
Man, what is the name of that dance? They're like, that is a weird, it looks like a variation of a gritty. I have no idea what he's trying to attempt with that dance. But hey, it works. Got us off the field. Good stuff. Good stuff. Like that. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So offense, get some points here. Let's continue to make stuff happen. Let's get some points here. Let me get the scoreboard fixed again. Right there. It's about nice, right? The perfect center. All right, but good start here by the defense. Much better, right? 3rd and 1. Not only do you stop them, you push them behind the line of scrimmage. Force a punt. Hopefully your offense can come out here, build on top of what they were doing at the end of the second quarter, and continue to move this ball downfield and put up points. Hopefully they can get into the end zone sooner than later because they're going to have to. Yeah, I thought the throw to David Bell on that last drive, man, that was going to be a touchdown if it didn't get tipped in the air. All right. Let's get back to the game, y'all. Let's get back to the game. Oh, my God, another commercial. So many commercials. I mean, I guess it pays the bills, right? So can't complain too much. But just longer. These are awkward silences. Everybody's just kind of nervous. These commercials feel like they go on forever. Maybe it's just me. I think it's just me, to be honest with you.
Best likely pick up a new vehicle quality.
Denver, Colorado.
Greg Newsome getting exposed, used, and abused? Are you sure about that?
In the third of the AFC playoff picture up to the moment. Jacksonville, Miami, Baltimore, only 3 Chiefs are tied with the Raiders as we speak. Browns trying to keep pace with those 8-3 teams. They take over from the 21. They got the ground game going second quarter.
I gotta think they stick to that ground game. No need to get cute and throw it here. Oh.
As they go to the air on first down, wide of Amari Cooper. And now you're behind the chains on 2nd and 10.
And I get it. You get Amari Cooper in the slot.
They are just focused on making sure that the Browns run the ball. Like, goodness gracious. Like, they moved the ball throwing it the last
run game really got going. Like, just stick with it.
They didn't even run the ball in the 2-minute drill. What the fuck are they even talking about at this point?
Time of possession team in the NFL. They have not been able to maintain ball control today.
Outside someone.
Yep. It is. Not much room to roam there for Jerome Ford. He's fortunate to fall forward for a yard, maybe 2 after initial contact. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, you see all the communication outside. And DTR is going to basically point out to the left with Locke coming down into the box.
Oh, he had a cutback lane he didn't see. I mean, that's, to be fair, it's like Nick Chubb's only ever going to see that.
For 6.
All right, 3rd and 8 here.
You know what's coming up here. You certainly know what's coming.
No doubt. I'll tell you what's coming. It's 3rd and long, and that's hard.
3rd down's been hard all day for Cleveland. 1 for 7. Pressure coming, and he's got to throw towards this.
Got it.
What a toss by Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
There you go, Coop.
A little bit on that as
Good
he fell
throw.
backwards. Hits Cooper for 11 and a first
Good
down.
throw, man. On his back foot, just got it out.
So they go 1 by 3, 1 tight end up top. Here's Cooper, and there's Surtain. 1-on-1, and DTR threw this fadeaway. That's a dangerous throw. He had pressure
barreling down on him. Sanders and Cooper were both closing in. Had the strength to make the throw on first down, back to the ground.
Oh, big space.
First down.
There it is. All right, let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling.
And Justin Simmons could trip him up.
And this is the formula I like. Watch this little white block across here, the cross-sit zone. And there it is. Just to hold those defenders for half a second. You see Locke had to pause for a second, diagnose it, and there it goes. And if Njoku gets up on something, he's got to cover up Simmons right there. That thing might spring for a big gain. I mean, we need all hands on deck. You've got a rookie quarterback on the road for his first start on the road.
Just step up. Good ball. There it is. Good shit. Good shit. Great step up by DTR. You love to see him do that. Just step up in there, not get so scared when there's pressure and not completely evade. Just does a good job here stepping up.
Finish it all the way.
Just gets it there. And then good job supporting there by David Njoku, raising up to get that ball.
Rebounds that thing up by the rim.
For the high jump champ in high school. Showing he's still got the spring of the step. First down and 10.
Got it.
Middle, 4. Miles moves again. And if you're a Browns fan, you have been yelling at your TV for the better portion of the first half, saying, run the ball, run the ball. And you look at what you're doing when you run the ball. Jerome Ford now 7.
Did we not just see 2 chunk plays throwing the ball? Did we not just see that? Like 2 of the most pivotal plays in this drive. Like, can we act like there's 2 ways you can run and throw? They're both good.
Guard, center, guard, man. Those guys can really move and push this defensive line and reestablish the line of scrimmage downfield. That's what they're doing.
Second down and 5. Denver's defense looking for a stop. Off the play fake. Thompson Robinson to the end.
Good throw. Oh, dot. Wow. Wow.
Just today has been high, and that's
oh my God.
Simmons was all over this.
Look at this throw by DTR. Stays in there on the play fake. Watches that window opens and just dart right where he can get it. Oh my goodness. That's a dart.
Well, there were reports that he called his young quarterback last week to apologize for the drops. Then went to work on the jugs machine. It's paid off so far.
I think they're going to get GTR on the move here. Make it.
Well, it goes on the roll. Now he's just going to throw this one away. Got out of the pocket and threw it away.
All right.
Did you see him at the line of scrimmage? He had to flip the play. I think he called it incorrectly in the huddle. And he had to go tell the offensive line, hey, no. Flip the play. To let him know which way they were going and which way he was going. And they were opposite directions. So little communication issues.
I expect that from a rookie.
I would not be surprised. They hand this off right here. Get this thing inside. Just run double teams like power.
There's Ford. Looking for a little bit of a win. Finds one to the 11-yard line. 3-yard pickup. Jonathan Cooper on the stop. In the red zone.
Let's keep going. 3rd and 7 here.
0 for 2 in the red zone this afternoon. It's Joseph's defense. Dial up the stop against Kevin Stefanski's offense.
He's definitely going to drop back on this. Watch this line. I think they're going to slide to the right.
Four-man rush. Over the middle, too tall.
Too tall. Oh, they call a flag. Wow.
Out there on the
What's the flag?
And the flag comes in.
Is that pass interference?
Oh, at the end? Watch number 6.
Giving them a catchable ball. What are they going to call here?
Oh, I don't know.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Wow. Hey, we talked about it. Getting out of your own way and letting Denver get back in their own way. This is a good job of doing it. You know, they just get in their own way right there. Get an unnecessary roughness penalty for no reason.
See him highlighted.
All right, run this thing in. That's at the what?
It goes in and nails him.
Is that half the distance or is that 15?
Gives a first down to Cleveland just outside the 5-yard line after the personal.
Half the distance.
Kareem Hunt in the backfield. It'll be Hunt who gets the carry. And Hunt works his way down to the 3.
And look at Sean Payton. It's like, dude, you're playing for a guy who just got ejected for stuff like this. And we just gave him a free first down. Can't afford those plays. Especially the offense comes out, goes 3 and out. Unacceptable.
Second and goal. Coming for the NFL.
Got him. Oh, he dropped it.
Alex Singleton.
Damn.
Trying to make sure that the tight end didn't snare his third touchdown of the year.
You can't throw that ball any better. This is exactly what you want, one-on-one. It was decisive. It was on time. They all-out pressured him.
Oh.
And the Joker's just got to make that catch.
He had a drop in the end zone last week. Another drop in the end zone today, and that's going to go.
I think they're going to just run a little G lead to the right here.
There it is with Hunt. Hunt looking for a block. Using his power. Hunt stopped. Shooting the goal line.
All right, chat. Y'all go for this at the 1?
You take the points and stay safe. But the way
I trust your defense. I trust your defense here. Go for it.
16 G lead. You see the big fella in the backfield, Nick Harris, leading up on it.
If he's
You'd like for him to go get Jonathan Cooper.
Even if you don't get it, you get him backed up at the goal line.
But here they come. 4th and goal from the 2. 1 for 2 down 4. Both were 4th and 1. Extra lineman in. We got the T formation. Out of the T play fake. DTR throws.
Got it. Good job. Great play call. Great play call. Great job there. Needed that drive. Now you're back in this game 12-14. They're going to go for 2, right?
And Brian,
They got to go for 2. Great job here. Great job.
to right. We'll watch him. He's going to sneak out like this and just leak into the flat. And Njoku has 2 options.
I think Mark Sanchez has 4 to 100 rushing yards on his 3-leg parlay. It certainly sounds like it.
Go for 2 to try to tie it up. Watch him. Keep him on the move again. They're going to shift Hunt into the shotgun. He'll take the snap. There goes flip to DTR. Looking for a throw to the end.
Got it. Oh, cool.
Pull it in.
We saw that action earlier. We knew it would come back. This time, instead of letting Kareem Hunt take it, they flip it to DTR. Oh.
Oh, Coop, what happened, baby? Damn. Coop, what happened, dog? You had that shit. Oh, my God, Coop, you had that shit. All right, well, you got the touchdown, man. That's what's important.
What can I do for you, man?
Oh.
You know what?
I missed the super chat. I'm trying to get back on it. Yeah, 2 great play calls there. Yeah, they came out here, did exactly what they needed to, trying to reset the ball game here. They had a real good chance to reset the ball game there. With getting that ball to Coop. Coops catches that 9 times out of 10, man. Just an uncharacteristic drop-heavy game for Amari Cooper. But hopefully if this game gets down to it in the 4th quarter, he makes up for it then, right? But not only did you score on that drive and get this game very much closer, but you kept them off the field for like, what, 6-7 minutes? That's exactly what you needed to do on that one. I mean, that's about what you want from this offense here. And again, I bring this up again. The Browns have been in this spot more than any other team in the NFL. They are comfortable where we're not comfortable. They understand what they need to do more than any team in the NFL to come back from a 14-point lead. They've done it more than anybody. They've played this game before. Has Denver played this game a ton of times? I have no idea. But I know that the Browns have played this game a ton. They know exactly what they need to do. They know the template that they need to follow, and they know how they need to tighten up. And they know, most importantly, that it's very possible. So knowing that template is really important. And we'll see if that continues to put pressure on Denver.
79-yard drive capped by the first career touchdown pass of Dorian Thompson-Robinson. It came on 4th down. And then a little drop on the 2-point conversion. And it stays a 2-point Denver lead. But the third quarter has gone about as well as
CTG Cement, Stefanski Coach of the Year.
Touchdown pass, all being labeled by the Browns equipment staff so that they don't confuse it with just a normal football.
I think handed up having into his glass box for his shelf. Shows kids birthday.
Well, Laura Oakland, we heard earlier what Kevin Stefanski was looking for in this third quarter. What about Sean Payton?
Well, I didn't get to get that in because they had a 3 and out, and that's kind of what we talked about. Because Sean said we started out hot, but because it's in looks we've been getting, it's leading to the importance right now of keeping up the balance and really avoiding.
All right, defense, let's do our thing here.
In the first half, he told me that 1-to-1 turnover ratio. He said that is imperative. We got to keep that even or let them take the lead. Also, it's dropped about 12 degrees after a gorgeous first half. And the winds picked up a little bit.
Yeah,
reporting, not complaining.
It's an explanation, not a complaint. The sun's gone behind the stadium. That's been the problem for those.
Good job, JOK.
On the field,
Woo!
providing the heat.
What's the flag?
In the secondary, behind the Browns defense. Boy, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, regardless of the penalty, playing well.
Holding defense. Penalty will be a chance for the previous spot.
On a run play?
Didn't say the number, but you saw 93 with a hold mark.
I believe so. Yeah, it's Shelby Harris.
The foul player was number 93.
There you go.
See, so what he's doing is they're double teaming up to Owusu-Koramoah, right? So.
Oh, he hooked him. Okay.
They stop him from going up there by grabbing the guard.
First down and 10. Wilson over the middle to running back Williams, and Williams tossed to the turf.
All right.
34-yard line. 4-yard gain on the play. Again, it's Owusu-Koramoah in the mix there for Cleveland.
He's all over the place, and that's a savvy vet move by Shelby Harris, number 93. Trying to grab the O-lineman like that, you just have to do it in a discreet manner, because that time the ref saw him clear as day.
Second down at 6.
Look at all this talking going on before the play.
Wilson.
And it didn't do anything.
Across the 45 and down at the 47-yard line.
All right, stop him here. Stop him here. Stop him here.
Humphrey for his 6th catch of the year.
He's just going to run. You mentioned a strike. It's just a one-step slant, quick underneath throw.
They did a man beater. Good job on a man beater by them.
So Wilson checked that at the line of scrimmage. He's been on with these checks.
This is Browns ball. Let you think you have a chance, and they turn it on the Jets. Now all the pressure is on Denver's offense. Browns have the momentum. Got to get them off the field on this set here.
First down carry.
Bad. Bad.
First down.
All right, got to get them off the field here.
15-yard pickup on the run.
Well, watch this. See, I love the on-the-ball stuff, the play before, and then just give him a call it and run it. Watch Ben Powers, big 74, come seal this thing on the edge right there.
There's no linebacker there.
Just huge. And springs it up. You see the receivers covering
That's
up
a good play
downfield.
call by them.
That's another Kerry Colbert staple. KC's got those guys blocking.
Now P. Ryan in the backfield. Personnel up front for Denver. To the ground and P. Ryan. P. Ryan with running room straight up the gut. We saw Denver with good success up the middle early in this game. Get back to it as we get back to Los Angeles and Carissa Thompson.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Build up 10-7 in the pouring rain here in Philly. Josh Allen somehow fixed this pass with Stephon Diggs for the 13-yard score. Bills in front 17-7 at the half. Kevin?
All right, come on.
Carissa, thank you. Eagles only one loss this year earlier on Fox when they lost to the Jets in week 6.
That's a good call.
Second and 3. It's P. Ryan again. P. Ryan. Tackles inside the 10. First and goal, Denver. The ground game has been resuscitated by the Broncos. 24 for number 25.
Well, Myles Garrett's
Last 2 weeks.
This is just an excellent job on the edge by Michael Burt, number 20, blocking for him. And he just refuses to go down, man. I'm telling you, he gets tough yards for this team, keeps those legs churning. Something's off there. He's
like he's favoring
something. Yeah, he's just kind of favoring something. Just doesn't look right.
First and goal. Russell Wilson, pressure comes. On the run, throws to the end zone, incomplete. He wanted Jerry Judy. Coverage out there from Martin Emerson.
All right, second and goal. You hold him to a field goal here at 17.
Russell Wilson.
You still take the lead with the touchdown.
Take down to Darius Smith. And there goes Mike Ford. Those guys going in and out of this lineup for this defense makes it tough to communicate.
They're on the sideline.
Oh, you saw something where that's your chance. Running man.
Williams, the running back. Look at the carry. He went down to the 3-yard line. He ran
Third and goal here.
Taki, and he pushed it for another 2 yards.
And these backs just so low to the ground, low center of gravity, and they just refuse to go down. It's an attitude thing. You can tell. It's the type of players they bring in and the way they coach them. But that's really set this offense free. It's this run game. And this 4-game streak they're on, trying to make it 5. You get down near the goal line like this. You got that guy on the bench, Myles Garrett, man, running right where he was lined up.
Third down and goal. P. Ryan. In the backfield, and down he goes.
Good stop. Good stop. Force the field goal.
Moving forward, a loss of 3.
And I know it was a run, and I was saying run it. I just meant that like downhill attitude run from under center. But
Well, Matt's, hey, man. Will Mark Sanchez stop trying to call out plays?
Yeah, no momentum at all.
You know what I mean? You're just stuck back there. If you get any kind of penetration in it.
All Mark Sanchez defaults to is run the ball. That's basically at the end of the day. That's all of his commentary is run the ball for either team.
It's on for the 23-yard try. And Denver answers the 6 from Cleveland with 3 of their own. 1:25 to go in a fast-moving third. Denver
5.
7.
Down 5. All right, cool. Cool. Yeah, it's going to be that slow grind now. Slow grind. Big goal line stop there, though. All right, offense. Let's continue to build. Let's continue to build. I like what the last 2 drives have looked like. Let's continue to build off of that. 3 red zone trips so far, so you know you can move the ball on Denver. You've converted some 3rd and long, so you know you can throw it for long distance on them. I think you got Denver where you want them. You know you can do whatever you want on them. Just don't need to turn the ball over, I would say. Just like play safe, don't turn it over, make smart throws, just do what you've been doing. And eventually you'll overtake this lead. Absolutely. Absolutely. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. And Miles seems fine. I don't know. He just has one of these games every year. I think he's fine physically. I just think he ain't playing that well right now. He'll show up in the fourth. But impressive third down stop. I mean, like the thing that was important about that goal line stand there by the Browns defense was you got it without Miles and Martin in the game, right? So just a spectacular job holding up in that situation, forcing a field goal. Now it's only a 5-point deficit. And you're on your way back up to inching this game back. But that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. All right, we back.
Big Ten Championship kicks off on Fox with their perfect season and playoffs on the line. J.J. McCarthy, third-ranked Michigan, take on number 17 Iowa. Coverage begins at 6:30 Eastern on Fox. The only Michigan man on either roster is Maurice Hurst. He will certainly be an interested observer. Maybe Kirk Ferentz is watching this game today, former Browns coach back in the day. Well, the last drive, the Browns got things rolling offensively.
But fumble, always fumbling.
From DTR, but
Thank you for the super chat, Sleep Leo.
especially up the middle. 434, another big throw, a really good catch by Joko. Thread the needle for GTR. And then the full house backfield touchdown in the top by Mari Cooper. That's a rookie QB on the road. You gotta make that catch. This crowd trying to impact that rookie QB. DTR over the
The
middle.
throw. Oh my God. What is going on?
Run with the football and couldn't pull it up to his body. Dropped the ball, 2nd and 10.
I mean, I just don't understand. Look at the number of defenders. I mean, there's so many This is almost a defensive team meeting, man. And you're expecting this guy to make this catch. He's got to catch it. But it's like you're asking DTR to do these trick shots right now. I just can't wrap my head around it, especially when
Why does Mark Sanchez think throwing the ball is a trick shot?
for the Browns. Time for the quarterback. He checks it down to Joku on the edge, and the Joku twists for 3 to the 20.
Right, 3rd and 7.
Wouldn't let go. Now 3rd and 7, and you're behind the chains. And on 3rd and 7 or more this year, the Browns entering play with just 15% conversion rate this season.
and it's hard to want everybody around the league. I understand that, but you've got to just up your percentages the best you can.
Field goals of a touchdown, the last 3 drives for Cleveland. What do I do on 3rd and 7?
You got one.
Moving early. It's James Hudson III. We've seen DeWan Jones and James Hudson III rotating through that right tackle spot.
Well, exactly right.
Ball start. Off it.
Why is James in the game?
Still 3rd down. He just came into the ballgame.
Why?
There it is. It's going to be early. But you see Amari Cooper at the number 3 spot, the 3rd guy inside. Now we got to do right time.
Davis Jones. 2nd false start. Both have come on 3rd down today. And now 3rd and 12.
Tight coverage, tight coverage.
Roman Thompson Robinson. Has time. Nobody open. Flushed. Dancing. All the way back to the goal line. And it's gone. Hold on as he gets rid of it. Baron Browning plants him at the goal line. And there's a flag.
Wow. Are we going to get the roughing?
Oh, dude, he goes. bleeding in the head and neck area. PJ Walker gets his helmet on for Cleveland. Watch this play again. Personal foul.
Yep. Leading with the head. Led with the head. Led with the crown of the helmet. Can't do that.
I don't know, dude. I mean, I know that's
The crown of the helmet can't make first contact.
That's a tough one. We'll step aside while they take.
Hopefully the kid's okay. Yeah, he's going to have to miss a play, though. Like, he's definitely going to get checked in there for concussion protocol. I think he got the wind knocked out of him. He looked like he got the wind knocked out of him. Big penalty there, though. Big penalty keeps the drive alive. I imagine with PJ Walker in the game, we're going to just run this. DTR, I mean, like, it worked out because you got the penalty, but like just in general, don't do that because you could die in the NFL doing that. Yeah, because that was just dangerous. Okay, I'm not the only one that thinks this broadcast is clueless today, right? Okay. I'm seeing people on Twitter like talk about it too. I guess I thought I was tripping. Like maybe I'm just mad because I'm a Browns fan and like I don't know. They've been saying like dumb stuff on both sides of the ball though, to be honest with you. Like it's just Mark Sanchez, man, for a guy who's been in the league and played as much football as he has at that high of a level, he just says clueless shit all the time and it's weird.
Look at that sweep.
So they think the drops are DTR's fault. Those look like good passes to me. I just don't know what they're talking about.
The next quick celebrity guessing game.
Like at one point, he just threw a shallow cross, and then Mark Sanchez is like, why are they having him throw trick shots? What? So clueless. It's weird.
I don't have a clue.
Anthony Anderson hosts. We are getting
They were talking about like, even for Denver, it was some weird stuff.
You see the
Oh, he's
bloody
bleeding.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson after the penalty on Baron Browning gives Cleveland new life, much to the chagrin of the folks here in Denver. Watch it again. I mean, it's shoulder, well launched. What's on the ground? His eyes are up, his head's up. Now PJ Walker in that quarterback. Kareem Hunt, the running back, and on first down, Hunt with the carry, picks his way across the 40 and down to the 41-yard line as we reach the end of the third quarter here in Denver. A 17-12 lead for the Broncos. PJ Walker and the Browns trying to rally. The fourth quarter begins.
All right, put your fours up. Fourth quarter time. We know what it is. It's finishing time. Let's get into formation. Yeah, that was a pretty gnarly hit. It took it straight to the head. Yeah, you can't. The thing that they don't understand on the broadcast, and I think when most people talk about these roughing the passer penalties are going to get called, or leading with the crown of the head, unnecessary roughness penalties are going to get called, is the helmet can't be the first thing to contact an essential body part, right? You can't put the helmet in somebody's chest. You can't put the helmet in somebody's head. You can't, like, it's not just if you lead with the helmet and you put your eyes down, close it. It's the helmet cannot be the initiating part of the tackle. Cody Donkey says, this is why I hate Fox broadcast, should be on CBS. I mean, CBS has some bad commentators too. I mean, I think Jonathan Vilma. Is Jonathan Vilma CBS or Fox? Because he's the other one that stinks. Somebody in chat let me know, because he's not good either. Yeah, he took a helmet to his face. That's why his mouth's bloody right now. Like, it's obvious what happened there. Okay, he's on Fox. Yeah, Fox is not as good as CBS. Just not. Yeah, Vilma is Vilma CBS. I don't care. But Vilma's the other one that stinks. And then the one on CBS is not good is the punter guy. What's the punter that does the play-by-play? There's a punter that does it. I forget his name, but yeah.
Not a surprise. These teams are in close games every week. And we're in another one here in Denver as PJ Walker is in the ball game for the injured Dorian Thompson-Robinson. We'll see how long PJ Walker is in here after a hit that's going to go down as one of the more consequential plays so far in this second half, resulted in a penalty that gave Cleveland new life. Now, second and 7. And a reverse, and a ball on the ball is loose, dribbled on the turf, scooped up by DJ Jones. It's handled from Elijah Moore to Peter Strong. And the Browns hand it to Denver silver platter. I mean, that's a situation where you've got to take advantage.
Who fumbled that? Who fumbled that? Who fumbled that? Was that Pierre Strong? Yeah, cut him. It wasn't a good play call either. Come on.
With PJ Walker as a starter, you got to go win this game.
All right.
You got 15 minutes to put this game away.
Okay. Goodness gracious. I mean, that's not on Pierre Strong. I mean, that shouldn't have been called.
My coach, the way they're moving the ball, huge opportunity for the Broncos to create some separation in this.
And Russell Wilson to work. The handoff is to Mims. Mims up the sideline out of bounds. So the Broncos give it to the speedster Marvin Mims, the rookie from Oklahoma, scoots for a first down and picks up 11.
Well, this is going to get him to first and goal. And Mims does an excellent job around in that corner, circling the defense. But I'm just beside myself. I can't believe that happened. I can't believe what I'm watching. It's like, well, it's a bizarro world.
First and goal at the 9-yard line. And off, Williams, and down.
All right, second and goal. Get up, Mike. We need you.
The play for this Browns defense, holding to a field goal try is paramount here. With the way the offense is going, you've got your.
It wasn't there. It wasn't there. Shouldn't have been called. Just run it up the middle in that situation.
A field goal here, I mean, it'll get you to an 8-point game, much more, and back in the same situation as earlier in the game, but
second goal. Off the play pick. Wilson, pressure, rolls, throw.
What is going on with these footballs today? There's just a lot of weird drops.
But as he tried to get the ball and get the feet, the mechanism didn't work, and it's third down.
Well, they tried to get the tight end on the late lead, and it was Manners, 84, and then there goes Sutton at the back of the end zone. He's the second option. They really wanted Manners, number 84, first, with the hard play-action cell, show him blocking, and then let Cortland Sutton do what he does and go big body that thing in the back of the end zone. That would have been his chance for 6 in a row.
He still got his feet in, even though he didn't catch the football. Wilson on third down. Nobody open. Waiting. Lots of time. 5 more. Throws for the goal line.
No, out of bounds.
Troutman with the catch brings out about.
Good job squeezing him to the line.
The Browns do force fourth down. Did he get in with the shin?
Let's see his knee.
No.
Ooh, that's close.
I think the
He's out of bounds.
that's going to be tough.
He's out of bounds.
See if the derriere is
touching the line.
Yeah.
Sean Payton.
That's not going to get turned over. It shouldn't, at least.
Denver is challenging the ruling on the field. The crowd reaction to the challenge announcement. They think Adam Troutman's got his second touchdown
That's not going to get
of the
turned.
season.
What do y'all think? Yeah, out.
Might be one of those situations where he hopes he wasn't squatting too much this week. You don't want those gains right now. Oh,
I don't know.
that's tough.
That might be reversed. It's tight. It's tight. It's real tight. Either way, if you're the Browns defensive line, you can't let that happen. Like, you got to get more pressure on Russell Wilson than what you've been getting all game. It's just, we haven't even sacked him. You know, it's just been no pressure on Russ all game. The defensive line just not having a good game. Sean, okay. But, it's just frustrating. I think the defensive line is having a day to forget today, to be honest with you. From Myles Garrett on. It's been a day to forget. Myles has had a day to forget. Zadarius has had a day to forget. The interior defensive linemen have had a day to forget. It's just been a day to forget for this defensive line that is usually so stout because, again, just no pressure whatsoever on Russ, barely any hurries, no sacks. This is not to the Browns' character. So many drop balls, we look like the Chiefs. I mean, both teams been dropping balls all game. All game. Browns just dropped the ball to give them in this field position. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough. So, hopefully this replay goes our way, but I'm not sure. It could get overturned, to be honest with you. Like, that one angle was convincing, but I don't know what they're going to go with on the field. That could go anyway. That can really go either way. They called it an incomplete pass on the field. So you have a little bit of an advantage if you're the Browns there, but I think they just called it a touchdown because they just changed the point total on the thing. I think they just called it a touchdown.
Want to see what your team ranks?
They called it a
Siri, show me the football standings.
To review, the ruling on the field has changed. It is a touchdown, the 20th passing touchdown of the season for Russell Wilson.
All right, Baltimore.
23-12 as Will Lutz lines up for the extra point. So the fumble reverse turns into 7 on this terrific catch by Trump.
That is basically the fumble James Prochet punt.
Back it. Right? Does he have it down? Did he eat too much on Thursday? And there it is. That told me all I needed to know.
Wow. Remember when our colleague Gene Steratore pulled out the note card several years back? You needed the note card right there to slide under the hip and the end line.
Exactly right. And if at any time it works in a broadcast, Thanksgiving weekend, 1 knee, 2 feet, like the GOAT himself, John Madden would say, I love it.
1 knee or 1 cheek. Good enough for the touchdown for Denver. And now Kevin Stefanski's got his work cut out for him on that Brown side. Down 12 with 13:29 remaining in this one.
With TJ fucking Walker.
Talked it up on that bobbled exchange from Elijah Moore that led to the touchdown. Is back deep. And watch this one go through the end zone for the touchback. What's the word, Laura Oakman, on Dorian Thompson-Robinson?
Well, let me start with he was coming off the field as we saw, mouth bleeding, was spitting blood as he was walking to the blue tent. This is why it's so important.
Do you think it has to do with the Denver altitude? I don't know.
see the into the 10 where you're waiting for a while. The red hat went in immediately, which means he's being evaluated for a head injury. Just now he left the blue tent, which means they didn't like something they saw in there, and they walked him into the tunnel.
He's out for the game.
Questionable evaluation for a head injury.
Well, thanks. That means it's P.J. Walker's job right now, and they go to the ground with a straight ahead run for Jerome Ford. As he bounces that one outside and picks up yardage near the 29.
But it's important to stick to the plan. You got plenty of time. Hang in there. Understand with PJ Walker, you know, he's won 2 games for you. And in those game plans, it's been a conservative approach on offense. A heavy dose of the run. Plenty of movement throws for him. He throws well on the run.
All right, man. Matt did not watch any of PJ Walker.
Ahead of the chance.
It's down. This play stopped before it starts. Motion against Cleveland. They'll back him up to 2nd and 11.
There was no play, but from the snap, false start, offense, number 64, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Christian with the move on the left side. 3rd false start for the Browns today. Here he is.
Just leaning. Doing the rock away there. Shout out Fat Joe.
A little harder to notice the move, but I noticed that really big on so.
Funny I said the kid.
2nd and 11. Walker Anderson. There he goes. Nick Benito. 6.5 sacks on the year.
Yeah, DTR is so much better than PJ Walker. Oh my God.
Once again, like,
oh my God.
back pass on 2nd down. He's gonna run right into.
Why would you roll out of that? Just stand in there. Just stand in there. See if something's there. Oh my God. You got Cedric Tillman over the middle. Just stand in there.
And counter move, and then
No, you had it.
there's
Yeah.
PJ Walker right in his lap. I just don't understand dropping back right there. Why not?
It's 2nd and 15. Shut up, Matt Snap.
15.
All right.
Benito got there again. Looked like he hit the arm of P.J. Walker.
Yeah. Yeah, we need DTR to get back in this game, and I don't think he's coming back in. That's tough.
Those last 3 plays are 3 plays that Christian's going to want to forget. Penalty, set.
The last 2 days almost make me never want to watch football again with all the commercials. I could stand it, but the OSU Michigan game was the worst I've ever seen. I didn't think it was that bad during OSU Michigan. But to be honest, I was flipping back and forth during that. I wasn't really like just watching that game only, exclusively. Oh, boy.
57 to go on the 4th.
Yeah.
Right back after these messages.
This weekend, save big at PetSmart. Get 50% off on holiday toys, treats, apparel, gear, and more. PetSmart, anything for pets.
KFC 2 for $5 wraps are back.
Now with new mac and cheese wrap.
You're after back with a new mac and cheese wrap. 2 for just $5.
Is Miles struggling to put his helmet on right now?
1st down and 10. Once Garrett's still on the sideline for the Browns.
And we've seen ever since 95, Big Miles Garrett is out of the game. They've dialed up a couple of those safety pressures, nickel pressures off the edge. But this is a historic defense, right? Of historic proportions and all these numbers. I need a play here.
1st down and 10. Looking for a play. There's a play. That's a start from Alex Wright. Helped out by Grant Delpit. A loss of 3, deducting from Denver's season-high rushing yards. They now have rushed for 152 yards today.
Talked about pressures, too.
This has been a game of runs. 14-0 Broncos and a 12-0 Browns run, but the Broncos with the answer in the midst of a 10-0 run here.
That last play was just a good run pressure. You see these chippers on the edge.
Pressure.
Power to the right.
Flag is down. Williams is down as well. Near the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if they were set. Might be a legal shit. Yep. Say it with conviction, Sanchez. Illegal shit. Yeah, come on. People.
Illegal shift, offense, 2 men in motion did not reset before the snap. The penalties declined, third down.
The down more important.
Yeah, sometimes when you see, when you check it late in the down like that, that can happen. Or you see, or late in the play clock. But the quarterback, sometimes they'll see two guys moving, and you see him just go play traffic cop. Hey, knock it off. Everybody stand still, and then hike the ball. Russ was trying.
These guys have to look at you. Third and 11. Browns rush 4. Wilson over the middle, complete, but
There
well
you go.
short of the first down.
Get off the field.
How about that?
All right, PJ.
Miles Garrett was just standing up, walking around, Joker rusher guy, and he's running the big loop around the edge, but he's playing with like one arm. You see him working with
I
one.
think he re-aggravated that shoulder that he hurt in a car accident.
He didn't even engage.
Because look, he's not even lifting it. They're putting a tarp over it. I think he's hurt.
Defense, both in this, they needed this one here. Movement up top and back him up.
False start, offense, number 1, 5-yard penalty, still fourth down.
Tremont Smith, the Broncos backup corner.
There's a gunner up top on the left.
Jose falls to the fair catch. Thank you. Near the 23-yard line and a timeout on the field. The Denver Broncos trying to win their 5th straight.
All right, get points here. Get points here. You probably need them in less than 5. So get the points here. You get what? 7 here. You can be at 19. If you get 20, 8 here, you get 20. So it don't matter if you do the extra point thing. It's going to be a rough one. Ray Rag says Mark Sanchez will draw up a 4th and 9 run play. Yeah. Yeah, he's been like, it's one thing when you're not good, but it's a whole nother thing when you're not good and like insistent on speaking over the entire broadcast the whole game. It just, I don't know. Maybe the people who aren't invested in the game, it's entertaining, but I'm not finding it to be entertaining. Yeah, of course he likes it.
If you stepped away for a few minutes, you missed a flurry of activity first. A questionable dropping the passer call that sent Dorian Thompson-Robinson from the locker room. T.J. Walker in a fumble. A couple of plays later, covered by the Broncos, turns in to this touchdown by the slimmest of margins. Overturned on review for Adam Troutman. And now, after a defensive stop for the Browns, P.J. Walker and the Cleveland offense back to work, first down and 10.
With all that space you got.
12. Walker to the air on first down. Out of the backfield, it's Jerome Ford. Run out of bounds by Jonathan Cooper. And a flag comes
Is
in
that a late
late.
hit? What is that? What is the flag?
Horse collar?
I have no idea.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 0.
I didn't see it, but hey.
Penalty will be added to the result of the play. Automatic first down.
It's Jonathan Cooper with a face mask.
Let's see his left hand right here. Get caught up.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Second finger, second digit, maybe?
It looked like it was more around the neck than the face mask.
Well, regardless, I mean, I need to see.
You know he throwing this shit to Coop, right?
He's been spectating all game by Patrick Surtain.
Walker throws.
Good throw, my God.
Get for Elijah Moore. What a pass from Jay Walker. He went over the head of Jaquan McMillan and a pickup of 26.
Well, we're just going to get a little flood route from these receivers to the deep corner. And the corner's got a seat there. Can't allow that ball to get thrown over his head, but when I saw Peyton Manning walking around on the sidelines before the game, I know he's the sheriff, but Surtain's got to be the deputy, man. He's locked up Amari Cooper.
Walker looking for the end zone, and not looking was Elijah Moore. 2nd and 10.
It wasn't a good ball anyway.
Thank you, Kevin. Chiefs up 21-17 in Vegas. Mahomes hits Rasheed Rice. He does all the work. Takes this one in for 39 yards. KC of 11. Okay, of course. Step.
Chiefs put points on the board in the second half for the first time since late October.
Clearly, Stefanski. No, I don't agree with that.
Inside the Denver 2.
You can't be at 7-3 and be like, his wins, he's costing us wins. You can't do that shit at 7-3.
Set the screen for Ford.
Like, you cannot like what he's doing this game, and I don't think this has been his best game as a play caller by any means, but that doesn't override the vast majority of good shit that he's done this year. This ain't a great game for him, though.
Together, they need a little more room, a little more.
Offensive injuries catching up to us, and when you're down to your backup, can't have your backup get hurt.
For him to diagnose that as quickly as he did while he was like mid-spin move, mid-hand fighting combat, the offensive lineman now up. Set up 2 plays.
3rd and 13. Walker stepping up, checks it short and through the hands of Amari Cooper. There is a flag down.
And Coop is now hurt.
And so is Cooper.
It's an offensive hold. Cooper got nailed.
PJ Locke with the hit.
I mean, Moore's giving him a hard time, like he hit him illegally using his helmet. You see Simmons go over that football, baby.
Offense, number 77. That penalty.
What do you want him to do?
4th down.
Quicken.
Well, they're going to tend into Amari Cooper. One more look at the hit. That has Cooper still down here in Denver. Nothing malicious about that one.
He led with the crown, but it's not like a out of football play. I can see where Elijah's coming for. What is it going to be 4th down now? Yeah, but it's tough. They're starting to stack up. Coop's down. Miles looks hurt. I mean, you've already had a ton of injuries happen to you this game. I mean, before this game. And it just keeps stacking up on top of it. DTR hurt. Have they ruled him out yet? Because if they brought him back, there's a very slim chance that he's going to be back in this game. He's under concussion protocol.
sideline, going to the blue tent to be examined on the athletic training staff after that hit. Now 4th and 14. Cleveland's fourth quarter, a fumble, a 3 and out. Now 4th and 14. Walker with pressure coming from the backside. Denver balls. The ball is out. Denver has it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
PJ with the strip set on 4th and long.
It doesn't matter at that point.
Broncos take it away from the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. Yeah, we need DTR to be healthy.
The defensive end, he's going to get out. He's going to get out and come, and then there's the pressure off the edge.
Oh, shit. It was there, too. Why didn't you throw it?
Reed Jackson had the penalty earlier and really rallied. Nice
Throw this one away and forget it.
defensive coordinator.
Unless you get like a pick six here.
Joseph fired up about that one.
When we talked about this Cleveland defense, this Denver defense has been improving over the course of the last month. They've done their job so far today with 8:17 to go. Now Denver is just going to try to grind that clock down. They get 3 on the ground. Let's get an update on Myles Garrett with Laura Oakman.
Well, when a player is in, we do not.
Well, hopefully I'm wrong. And DTR is okay, but it looks like Flacco had to play faster than they thought he might have to. We'll see.
But he did not get any treatment, sat on the bench, came back in, was in a 4-point stance on the extra point. But ever since then, he's been standing and he's been favoring that left wrist to the point where guys are trying to high-five him when they would come off the field, and he would move to do it with his right hand. So it's something on that with that left hand.
No doubt about that, Laura. Thanks so much. It's Williams tripped up by Tony Fields just across midfield, about a yard shy of a Denver first down.
I know there's 7 minutes left, but we're going to see a 4-minute offense mode here from this Denver Broncos offense. They're going to keep running it. No penalties, no silly pre-snap penalties. No crazy snap counts from the quarterback. Just keep it simple. Keep this thing moving forward. Steal a fresh set of downs and need 6 points of pressure on that football. 2 hands covering it up in traffic.
3rd and 1. Judy the motion man. Wilson to throw. Here comes the pressure. Wilson floats it out. Leaping for the catch. Number 25. Going for some foul points.
This is one to forget. Hopefully you can get healthy next week. But this is tough.
That just tells me they were going to go for it on 4th down. But as soon as he hit that left-hand turn on Newsome, we saw this early in the game, and they went back to it. But as soon as he hits this left-hand turn and gets across the field, Russell Wilson knows it's one-on-one, and I'm just throwing to green grass. You can do stuff like that. Denzel Ward out the line.
First down, back to the ground they go with Williams. And Williams tripped up by Greg Newsome as he gets down near the 23-yard line. Clock will run under 6 minutes to play in the 4th. Denver looking for consecutive win number 5. They've already matched last year's win total. They are trying to get the.
Have we now hit worst case scenario? No, because it's not like Miles is out for the season.
Meanwhile, we're going to stay west and go out to Los Angeles and see the Rams. Already lost their stuff.
Well, we're in a dark place.
Cooper walking off to the locker room. The worst for the Cleveland Browns is Sutton with the catch. And down at the 17-yard line, there goes Amari Cooper. That hit the knee tick, and he will leave for the remainder of the day, perhaps as he goes to the locker room.
Another big loss. We mentioned Ward. We mentioned Myles Garrett. Especially the start of a road trip like this. This is huge. Losing your quarterback and Dorian Thompson-Robinson. He's expecting to be back home and practice in LA, practice at UCLA with his team this week.
On 3rd down, Williams trying to get to the outside, and he won't get there. Greg Newsome, first contact to bring him down short of the first down. Field goal still a 2-touchdown game. You've got to slide a 2-point conversion in there if you're Cleveland. But Sean Payton may be thinking about just going for this and really trying to put it out of reach.
Yeah, I feel like you want to keep the momentum. He's going to let this play clock go all the way down.
Head over the
Yeah.
sideline.
I think this is one everybody wants a couple plays back. I think Kevin wants a couple play calls back. I think, DTR probably, the wide receivers really want some catches back because there were some big plays to be had there. You're moving the ball well with him, right? You got to 3 or 4 red zone trips. And I think if you count up last week, it's like 7 or 8 in 2 weeks. So, you can get to scoring range with him. You had some drops in the red zone. I think the offense was going in the right direction with him in there. PJ Walker just not a good fit for what they want to do at this point on the offensive side. More of a good fit for like when Deshaun's in there and you're running that stuff. But it's just
Trying to make it a 15-point Denver lead. Just from 34 yards away. It is a 15-point Denver lead, 27-12 with 4:19 to play in this fourth quarter. We'll be right back after this message from AT&T.
Lunch? Yes, please. That'll be $23.
we don't have much luck playing in Denver. I think we got one win recently, and that was in 2018.
Well, at AT&T.
I think it was a Thursday night football game in 2018. The Browns got a win in Denver. But yeah, other than that, it's been consistently frustrating performances in Denver. We'll see. I mean, hey, look, since you won both the Pittsburgh and the Baltimore games, you can drop this one as long as you win the Los Angeles Rams game. Yeah, it wasn't our Super Bowl. Never had a chance, I guess.
1989. That's one of the big reasons why Denver has turned it around. Remember, I know it feels like a long time ago, but this is a Denver team that gave up 70 points in week 3 to Miami. A 70-point game that Vance Joseph and his team still talk about. How can you not when you've got 70 hung on you, but they have really bounced back over these last several games.
Q, you said they needed to go win 4/8 to go to the postseason. Did you count this as one of the 4? And does this affect us with Cincinnati? I don't really care about the tiebreaker shit until we get to tiebreaker time. It's not tiebreaker time right now. No, I didn't think that. I thought that this was one that you could get. This isn't like if you lose to the Rams next week, then you start to get into some trouble, right? And depending on who you might have to throw out there at quarterback, it might not be a very easy thing to do. So we'll see where they're at. Man, where are these Fire Kevin Stefanski people at the last 3 weeks? Yeah, I mean, like they're 7-3 despite all this, probably 7-4.
To the sideline, caught and out of bounds goes Elijah Moore. And Laura, that Miami game still comes up. They still talk about it to this day.
And Vance said we have to go back there because we can't go back there. He described the locker room of players and coaches crying that night, saying it wasn't bad, it was historically bad. And our name's on that. It was.
What are we talking about? A 7-4 team glued together with the offense. We're calling for jobs. Team doesn't stink. The fans do.
Walker on 2nd down and 1. It's the Njoku out of back.
Keep in mind, like a team that was pretty much in the game until the quarterback, the backup quarterback that's starting right now got hurt. Like we know what happened in this game that kind of blew it open. The backup quarterback got hurt. Kevin called a crazy play call, a double end around reverse to try to get the run game going because he didn't want to throw with PJ. And then that shit got fumbled. They caught it, and then they scored the touchdown on it on a pretty amazing catch. Just didn't bounce our way this week.
Did we just burn the film and never mention it, pretend it never happened? But no, obviously they've gone back to it, and I think they're better for it.
Walker under some pressure to the sideline, right through the hands of Elijah Moore. That's drop number 5 for the Browns. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Right through the wickets. Oh, just a beautiful throw by PJ Walker.
Official word on Dorian Thompson-Robinson is concussion. He is out the remainder of this day.
It'd be tough for him to get in next week.
He's not active, though, so he could not be the 3rd quarterback if something happened to Walker. Walker in some trouble, and Walker is down. The ball is out. Recovered by Cleveland. DeWan Jones
Not a single one of these fumbles are forced, man.
punched it out.
Here comes the pressure around the side. You're going to get a little PJ Walker sandwich right there from the outside rusher Cooper. Drawing that ball free.
Ooh. Big fumble, 3 loss today. Go to 19. Walker will check it short. Njoku, a stiff arm. Moves across the 40 and then down well short of the first down at midfield. They still need 8 to move the chains. And there's Joe Flacco. Will we see him next week active and ready to go?
Might be playing sooner than he anticipated. But you see what you need to win some of these games. I mean, the defense is going to keep this thing tight. A couple late scores after some critical errors on offense, but
4th and 8, slips it in front of Ford.
Yeah, he rushed it.
Turned over on downs.
Yeah, this one's pretty much over, right? You're down 2 scores, 2 minutes, 53 left. PJ's just playing worse than he normally does. Yeah, it's pretty much. Here's the issue with this game, right? Play calling wasn't great. All of these other things you could point out. Like, if you have an agenda to burn, this is going to be a great week for you because you could burn whatever agenda you want to, and you'll have a valid point because this was overall bad team performance. I thought that Kevin just did not have a good game calling the plays today. I thought that, went away from the run at times when he didn't need to. Thought he kind of went too deep into the trick play bag when he didn't have to. I thought that this offense was able to move the ball pretty well against Denver, at least when DTR was in the game. Just running regular offense, I really didn't see the need to do all the extra trickeration stuff. And it worked when DTR was in there. Once PJ got in there, it was what it was, right? It was just kind of a disaster. But yeah, and again, this team just got in their own way too many times today. You get in your own way to build a 14-point deficit with penalties and turnovers, and then you get in your own way once you kind of come back from that 14-point deficit with more penalties, turnovers, things of the like. This is just a team getting in their own way. They let the Denver Broncos beat them. Shout out to the Denver Broncos for getting the win, which they're probably going to get here. 2:48 left. I mean, it would take a miracle for the Browns to win at this point. But, yeah, it's a tough one. Just a straight loss.
You got these road dogs. It's you against the whole stadium.
Wilson just pounced on Owusu Koromoa has played a whale of a game today for the Browns.
And he's just all over the place. Look at him. Number 6, shooting in the backfield. Russ felt kind of funny on that. Fake the toss and didn't fake out number 6.
Do they have 10 drops in the last 2 games? They weren't that bad this year. I mean, like, at some point, you're going to have to adjust to a new quarterback being in there every other week, right? And when you switch out quarterbacks as much as the Browns have switched out quarterbacks, shit like this happens. Like, drops happen when you change out the quarterbacks all the time. This is why I'm like, hey, I really hope DTR can get healthy because we just need to get these guys used to a football because they just clearly aren't used to changing up this much, right? Like 3-4 quarterbacks it's getting ridiculous.
But man, you don't have to score 40 points. This defense doesn't give up a ton of points. Assuming that Garrett can get back healthy, that Ward can get back in the lineup. There's a lot of hits out there. I'm shopping. We'll shoot more on the tackle.
Tackle number 11.
All the turnovers happened when PJ came in. Yeah, basically. PJ fumbled the ball like 6 times in like 2 drives. It's pretty impressive. He was just straight dribbling out there. Like, PJ had a horrible game. But, like, at this point, do we even care if PJ Walker didn't play well? Like, I'm a serious question, Sly, like, or anybody in chat that's like mad at PJ. Why do we even care if he played bad? Like, we assume this. Like, we're not hoping for PJ to bring back the season. Like, it's either DTR comes back from this concussion or it's Joe Flacco. We've already ruled out PJ Walker of this conversation. Embarrassing loss to a team that gave up 70 points, Q, is too shy of the NFL record. I mean, this isn't the team that gave up 70 points. This is a team that's won 5 games in a row at home. You're not coming in here playing Rutgers. You're playing an NFL team that was on a hot streak, and they came in thinking that they was going to play the team that gave up 70 points. That's what it was. They just didn't come in focused. Thought they were going to walk in here and win. Maybe this serves to them as a reminder of how bad shit can get. Win next week, nobody gives a fuck. Honestly, win next week, nobody gives a fuck. Dewan says anytime PJ gets sacked, he fumbles. I mean, like, it's hard to come off the bench.
Start for either team, but it's
And hold on. Like, backup quarterbacks tend to fumble a lot.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson out with a concussion.
Now you just got to be smart. Nothing silly in the end zone. This rush is getting after you. Good job getting the ball out quick.
Wide of his target, David Bell. 2nd and 10, 2:28 to go. We were talking with Sean Payton. We asked him about, the postseason run that all of a sudden Denver finds itself in the midst of. And he said, you know what, we are in a playoff race, and we haven't even come close to one of our better games.
People expect you to play a flawless game when literally like 50% of your team is injured. They're backups for a reason. Whether they're high-grade backups or not is irrelevant.
Good. Oh, they feel great about this.
I think that they should want to play a cleaner game, though. That doesn't take them off the hook for not playing a cleaner game. That doesn't take Kevin off the hook for, just some questionable calls here and there in this one. But we also need to view it in context, right? Like, it's okay to be like, hey, I don't like this thing that they did in this game without saying we need to get rid of everything, right? That's the difference. Joe Flacco time. I mean, like, it might not have a choice, right? You're not going to start PJ Walker again. And if DTR can't come back from this concussion protocol, then yeah, we just gave up a safety. I knew it. Once we had the ball back there, we were going to give up a safety. But yeah, it just, at this point, you got to do what you got to do, right? At this point, you don't really have a choice. It's either DTR's back and healthy and he can play, or you got to throw in Joe Flacco, but we know PJ's not playing or starting another game here. The offense don't even fit him anymore, right? Like, he was a guy who made sense to be the backup when Deshaun Watson was starting and there was a little bit of a different offense. But now if you need to be on time and get rid of the ball quickly, that ain't PJ Walker's game, man. Like, it's not a good fit for him. So it doesn't make sense for him to be the backup any longer. He just got caught in this weird week. DTR got hurt. It is what it is. I guess that'll be my final thought on this game before we kind of start to transition into the post-game show is, hold on, let's watch the rest of this game before I go to that.
That one will put this one away as the Browns will free kick it.
No, I mean, I know they dropped back in the end zone and just got a safety, but do we see the ever elusive onside punt after a safety catch?
If Flacco wins next week, do you keep him in? I'd leave that up to Kevin. I don't know. I can't, like, if Flacco wins next week, here's why I have a hard time answering that question. What does that even look like? Like, does he win because the run game's on and the defense got like 4 points off, like 14 points off turnovers? Is it that? Or does he win because he like goes off, right? It depends on how it happens, on what will happen the week after. But that's honestly a conversation we got to wait to have when we can have it. Ray Rag says if PJ is in, it's a lose-lose situation. Meanwhile, either DTR has played like trash or has had multiple turnovers, or DTR got hurt. No offense to PJ. Okay, hold on, wait. Let me read that again. PJ is in a lose-lose situation. That means either DTR has played like trash and had multiple turnovers, or DTR got hurt. I don't know what you meant by that. But I thought DTR was all right in this game. I mean, like, he was a good enough performance for a backup quarterback. You were getting in the scoring range a ton. Like, you felt pretty good about your ability to come back because you were getting in the scoring range. he just gets knocked out on that play, and then all hell breaks loose once PJ Walker enters the game because it just becomes a fumble-palooza. You know, it's kind of the story of the game. They were not getting in their own way until all hell broke loose. Not only is Miles getting limited snaps, but Amari Cooper got hurt, taken out the game. Just all hell broke loose the second DTR took that hit. Now, hopefully they can recover. Amari Cooper's going to be fine. Miles is going to be fine. All of that happens, and they feel much better, and they win next week. But, you know, that's what's going to happen. This is a rough loss. This is what it is. You just got to take that one on the chin. Everybody plays bad games. Kansas City lost to Denver as well, right? Everybody loses, has a bad loss. Got to come back from it next week. Play well, play some good football, get to 8-4, and then we're going to be pretty chill. If we go back to 2020, which we all love to do, I believe something similar happened in 2020 where the Browns took a pretty bad loss in between back-to-back wins. If we go back here, you'll see that the Browns, yes, they lost to the Raiders. And then they went on and beat the Texans, Eagles, Jaguars, and Titans. So, hey, man, shit happens. Got to bounce back from it. Is what it is. That's my thoughts on that. Oh, good Lord. Why would they put that on the thing? All right. But, hold on, I got to get something set up. Forget the QB situation. If Garrett's done, so is the season. I don't think Garrett's anywhere near done. He's still played at the end of this game. Like, he finished the game. We just got to see what the severity of that injury is. When did it happen? And what's going on with that. But that's what we got to see. Again, it's one game. Let's see what the injury report says. Let's see what the news is coming out of it. Stefanski needs to hit the jugs machine. I mean, David had drops again today. Yeah, you gave him one today. Well, you didn't give him one. They took it, but you definitely didn't make it difficult. All right. I'm going to wait out the last 2 minutes of this game.
A lot of trip. Illegal snap infraction, offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty. Okay,
He's won't hear the PJ cheerleaders anymore. Are these people real? Like, were people actually like cheerleading for PJ to start right now?
Little hitch in the game. It's like when you're playing golf and you catch a club on the way through your swing. Double clutch. I do, and then the ball skitters 12 feet in front of you. So you can take it. Hit the big ball first. Exactly. Denver Broncos feeling good up 29-12, but emotional day on the other side of the field. This is disappointing.
It really is. And tale of two sidelines. One so energetic, and the other just distraught.
A lot of season left, though. The Broncos are going to be 7-4, going out to LA. They'll be out in LA all week long. It's really going to depend on the health of this team. Thompson Robinson left the game with a concussion. Myles Garrett was dinged up. We saw that. All right, Cooper was dinged up. They're going to need to have some healing powers of Los Angeles when they get out there after tonight.
I'm gonna find something on the left coast with some healing power, some crystals, or some...
I want to wish everyone a belated happy Thanksgiving. Our crew.
Q, I need some optimism. Watching this game was painful, especially after DTR went down. I mean, like, yeah, if DTR goes down, like, you're down to PJ Walker. Like, this was just a bad result. Like, it just was a bad result. It's a bad game. Think about bad games as you're never as bad as your worst game and you're never as good as your best game. So, yeah, this is what it is. Remember, we thought the season was over after Baltimore when they had a bad game there, came back, beat San Francisco. It's just one game. It's just one bad loss. You can always come back from it. I said that after the Baltimore game. People gave me hell for that. Oh, what are you talking about? It's one game. It's like, yeah, it's one game. You come back, win next week, you fine. Came back, won next week. Same thing for this one, right? One game, one bad loss. Cool. Teams have them. Every team has them. Kansas City has had a couple bad losses. Even Philadelphia, they lost to Zach Wilson. Everybody has some bad losses. It's the NFL. Anybody can beat you any given week. That means you're going to all have some bad losses. The important thing is that you can come back from this healthy. We'll see where Coop is on the injury report. We'll see if Denzel Ward can come back. We'll see where Myles Garrett is. But yeah, DTR, I think you definitely need him or Joe Flacco to be healthy because we know that in this offense right now, you just can't roll with PJ Walker. Not for the rest of the season, have any level of expectation. So that is what it is. Browns fans are so bipolar, it hurts. Last week, I wanted to extend Stefanski. Now we lose the QB and you want him fired. It's crazy. Grow up. Yeah, I mean, we can't just forget everything else that happened in the season just because like one game goes bad. We got to stop doing that. At some point, we got to stop doing that as a fan base, right? The second one thing goes bad, throw everything away. But hey, man, it's tough. About to go live on Bleacher Report. Tough loss for the Cleveland Browns here. Bountygate 2.0. We would have won if DTR didn't get hurt. He's one of the comments already. Yeah, I think this game ends differently if DTR is healthy, if Coop doesn't get hurt, but that's the world we live in. We can't change that timeline. But it's a tough loss today for the Cleveland Browns. Things were kind of going in their direction going into that fourth quarter, right? But then DTR takes the hit to the head and he gets knocked out the game for a concussion protocol. We'll see if he is going to be in concussion protocol for a significant amount of time, but he takes a hit and arguably shouldn't have held on to the ball that long to take that hit. I understand you get the penalty, but it would have been better for the game long term if he was in it versus him being out of it, right? So he takes this big hit. PJ Walker comes into the game, and Kevin calls a legitimately bad play call, right? The double and reverse. I understand why they did it. They set it up 3 different times in the game, and they thought that they were going to get a big hit there when they needed it with the backup quarterback in the game. It missed. They fumble it. It ends up being a giant play for the Denver Broncos, which pretty much took this game out. Right? Because PJ came back and I think he fumbled on 3 straight possessions after that or turned the ball over on 3 straight possessions, albeit I think all of those turnovers were like on 4th down. So it didn't really matter that he turned the ball over. But this is a bad game. I think Kevin had a bad game today. I think that Amari, before he got hurt, had a bad game today. David was okay. He had a couple of drops. Same thing with Elijah Moore, but then he had a couple catches here too. Thought the offensive line on the left side, Garyon Christian had himself a little bit of a rough day today. Whatever's going on with that rotation between James Hudson and DeJuan Jones just needs to die. Why is James Hudson in the game anymore? I don't understand that one. So DeJuan, just keep him out there. If DeJuan can't stay out there, then like tell us why. But it doesn't seem like DeJuan can't stay out there. So let's just keep DeJuan out there. I don't understand why we're doing this weird rotation thing with him and DeJuan Jones. That's a Bill Callahan question. Somebody's got to ask Bill that question, why he feels it necessary to do this, because I feel like we just get the worst out of both players when you do that. And honestly, you're just taking snaps away from DeJuan Jones. It's unnecessary. So don't love that. I've already touched on, I don't think Kevin had a good game at all today. I thought DTR was playing well before he got hurt. They got to scoring range in the red zone 3 or 4 times. Somebody correct me in the comments. But they got to scoring range 4 times with DTR. It felt like they would, if the defense got the ball back, they were able to move the ball pretty well with DTR. He goes down, PJ comes in, you get that turnover, all hell broke loose. Right? And that's really what happened in this game. The Browns got in their way their own way at the beginning with a bunch of stupid penalties on defense to give the Broncos 14 points. And then they got in their way even more on offense with a bunch of stupid penalties to settle for field goals or to turn the ball over. That 4th down sequence we'll always kind of look at. And then the quarterback got hurt, and then all hell broke loose. This is one where the injury report's going to matter more than the tape. If I'm being honest with you, we know what it was on tape. You had a backup quarterback in. That quarterback got hurt. PJ Walker came in. He was ineffective, and it's not like we was calling a hot game either, right? Kevin didn't have a good one today. I don't know if I could say confidently that Kevin cost you this game. I know that's the header of this video, but I'm going to be real with you. I don't think it matters if we fumble that ball. Like, PJ was legitimately awful. And I'm somebody who's been protective of PJ. Like, hey, PJ's been better than what we thought. Nah, PJ was legitimately awful today. So, like, yes, Kevin did not do us any favors today. He's done us favors before. That's why we're 7-4. But no favors done by Kevin today. This is probably his worst play calling game of the season. And hopefully he has a better game next week. But I'm going to be real with you. Do y'all really think we was coming back with PJ Walker in the game? Like, maybe if DTR was healthy, they were moving the ball at a pretty nice and smooth and consistent clip. And yeah, once DTR went out, it was rough. It was rough. And the reason I think PJ looks so rough in this game coming in for DTR is they changed the offense for DTR, right? With Deshaun in there, it's more of a feel offense. It's more of a spread. When DTR's in there, it's more of a traditional West Coast rhythm and timing, get the ball out quickly. PJ's never been good at that. PJ's always been terrible at that. PJ's always been a turnover-prone quarterback when asked to do that. And he was just asked to do that. It didn't work out. So we know that going into LA, either DTR is healthy and he can play, he can clear concussion protocol, which would be tough because it's not easy to clear concussion protocol in a week, or we're going to see Joe Flacco for the first time this season. But I think it's very clear we're not going back to PJ, just the way that the offense has changed over the last few weeks and the way that the offense needs to change for no Deshaun Watson being in there for the rest of the season. Just, it doesn't make sense for PJ to be anything but an emergency quarterback option at this point. So that was that there. Defensively, I thought they were all right outside of the first quarter. I know that they gave up a ton of points after the first quarter, but I feel like the bulk of that came in the fourth quarter after you had that injury to DTR and shit just broke loose, right? All hell just broke loose after that. This is a rough game. I said the same thing after the Baltimore game, and a lot of people in the BR chat did not like it when I said it, but it ended up being true. It's just a loss. It's just a loss. You guys see what the injury report looks like coming out of this, because Coop left the game. That's not good. It looks like Myles Garrett can't lift his arm up over his shoulder, which is concerning to say the least. And DTR's in concussion protocol, and you already down your starter. That's the guy you went to as the backup. That's not good. So we gotta see what the injury report looks like. But this is just a loss. Every team has bad losses. Every team takes bad L's. You look at the best teams in the NFL, they all take bad L's. The Chiefs are taking a bad L to Denver. The Eagles lost to the Jets. Like, teams take bad L's. The Browns have had two, right? I think the Ravens game was a really bad loss, not because you lost to the Ravens, but how you lost to the Ravens. And this one was a bad loss for similar reasons. I think the Broncos are a decent enough team. They've won 5 in a row. You got to give them their credit where credit is due, but it's a bad loss because you felt like you just kind of didn't compete in the way that you were expecting for this team to compete. Like, even when you lost in Seattle, you were able to come back from that, right? And you were able to put up a fight, make that a 4-quarter game. This one just died in the 4th quarter whenever DTR left it. We got to see what's happening with him, if Joe Flacco is going to be able to come in there and play well, because DTR being asked to do what we're asking, well, not DTR, PJ Walker being asked to do what we're asking DTR to do, that's not going to be good. That's not going to be a good result. I know a lot of people are going to get, like, I know a lot of people have been waiting because the Browns have won 2 games in a row against division opponents. They waited till this loss to say that Kevin shouldn't call plays anymore, all that. I don't think that that's true. I think you're 7-4 right now because of Kevin Stefanski, more than in spite of him. I think he's had some excellent play calling efforts. He just had a bad game. You don't want to bench Amari Cooper if he has a bad game, do you? Right? Like, we have this thought of, like, coaches must get demoted or fired if they have a bad game. But we don't do that with literally anything else. If a quarterback has a bad game, we don't think that they should be benched. If a tight end has a bad game, we don't think that they should be benched. But Kevin, who had a bad game today, now people want him demoted or fired, which is ridiculous. Right? Just everybody needs to get a grip. It's a loss. It feels shitty. It's not a good loss. It doesn't feel great. You don't feel great going into next week. But the fact is that it only counts as one. You go into LA next week, you win, you're 8-4. Nobody gives a damn about all this crying we were doing against Denver. Nobody cares. Can we get 4 weeks of the same quarterback playing the entire game? That's been the big problem for the season, right? I think you pointed that out, user RDR2D2. I think you pointed that out. We haven't had 4 weeks of the same quarterback playing all year, man. And we just need that. Like, I think that's why we're seeing all these drops start to pile up, because it's just, you can only change the quarterback so many times before people just stop caring. He's been doing this for 5 years, dude. Quit speaking. He's also been by far the best head coach this franchise has had since reactivation in 5 years. Like, what are you talking about? Why is the argument always you have to fire a guy who's clearly been the best head coach you've had in most of y'all's lifetime? Now y'all want to fire him because he has a bad game with literally no Coop at the 4th quarter. DTR gets hurt. Like, you know what happened in this game. You know why this shit got bad. He did not help. He had a bad game. But why are we incapable of just leaving it at that? Why do we have to get the fucking pitchforks every week for something, win or loss, with this fan base? Why are we like this? All y'all want to do is fire people. Y'all don't want the team to be good. Because if somebody can't have a bad game without you wanting to fire them, you're just going to fire everybody. That's why we are the franchise that fired Paul Brown and Bill Belichick. We are the franchise that has fired the 2 best head coaches of all time because of mindsets like that. That's why. That's why we're the most what-if franchise ever. We fired Paul Brown. We fired Bill Belichick. We fired Marty Schottenheimer. We fired Nick Saban. We just like firing good coaches. He had a bad game. Kevin sucked today. but you're 7-4 despite the chaos that you had in the season. It's obvious he's not a bad head coach. That's what I'm saying. And if you want to get mad at me because I'm pointing out the obvious and not going along with your little pity show of firing the coach, I don't care. Get over it. They're 7-4 still. They can win next week, be 8-4. You'd be happy. They don't need to fire the coach. You want to know what firing the coach gets you? What the Browns have been before they hired Kevin Stefanski, which is an absolute joke, which is done with the season in November. We're still in the playoffs in November. That didn't happen before Kevin. Stop. He's a good coach. He had a bad game calling the plays. It's obvious what happened. If you want to point to the offense being bad this year, you also have to point to the fact that all of his starters are hurt. And then his backups got hurt. Like we're down to third stringers on the offense. Of course this shit's not good. How is the offense supposed to be good right now? Literally, how? Will this coach ever take us to the Super Bowl? If they get healthy quarterback play, they might be in the Super Bowl this year. Chris Gutterfall, Denver gave up 70. Look where they are now. It happens. Shit happens, man. Shit happens all the time. Shit changes. We'll see where we are in 4 weeks. We'll see where the Browns are. This is a shit or get off the pot week. I will be real on that. It's either shit or get off the pot. Right? Like, if you want to overcome this stuff, next week's going to be where you have to do it, right? Because you might not have Coop. You might not have Miles. You might be missing a lot of guys in that game, but you still got to win it. And we'll see what they do. Typical Cleveland excuses. The record ain't typical Cleveland. You just a typical loser Browns fan right now trying to fire the coach for no fucking reason. Like, get out of here. Get out of here with that, dog. Like, we need to grow up as a fan base and not want to fire the coach every week because something bad happened. Like, we just need to grow up. Should the Browns have to run the ball more earlier in the game? Yeah, I think Kevin really just fell into throwing it. He should have ran the ball more, right? Again, I'm not saying you can't complain about what happened in this game. The play calling was bad. I think even Kevin will tell you he sucked as a play caller today. But it's a game. Like, in a season when you're 7-4, despite the fact that you started 3 quarterbacks, we need to have a cap on where we're going to go with this. And it seems like anytime I'm like, hey, the play calling was bad, somebody takes it and says, yeah, it was bad. We should fire the coach. Like, hold on, chill the fuck out. Like, no, like, calm down. The play calling was bad. It needs to just be better next week. And it probably will. Like, let's relax here. Let's relax. It was a bad game. It was a bad play call game. It was a badly quarterback game in the fourth quarter. It was a badly managed game. All of that is true. It's one game. If Sean McVay has had bad games, he doesn't get fired after one of them. Kyle Shanahan has had bad games. Like, we're trying to keep a season alive starting the fourth quarterback of the season, and people are out here like, Kevin can lose all of these games. He's going to keep his job. I hope y'all know that, right? Like, it does not matter if he loses all these games. Y'all will be mad. He will keep his job. But that's where we at, man. Let's relax. Take a deep breath. Woosah. It was one loss. You got a game next week against the Rams. The Rams are playing better football as of the last couple of weeks. Not going to be an easy game, but a game that you want to try to be competitive in and try to bring it to the fourth quarter and win. Got to do what you got to do. We'll see what the injury report is on Wednesday, because Coop and Miles didn't leave the game. So that's the good news there. Miles didn't leave the game, but Coop did. And DTR did. And we'll see who starts at quarterback. We'll see how that goes, when that goes. But right now, just need to accept this is just a loss. Happens. Every team has a loss. Let's move on to next week. Just move on to next week. If DTR is cleared, I imagine he starts. Somebody asked that. Who asked that? Joe says, who we gonna pick up to be our third if DTR is down next week? I don't think it matters. Like, if you get down to that guy, you're not winning that football game. I mean, let's be real. You get down to PJ Walker, you're probably not winning that game, right? Like, in this system, in this offense, it's just not a fit for him. So you just don't want to get down to PJ Walker or your third quarterback. It really doesn't matter past Joe Flacco and DTR. Like, if those two can't play for the rest of the season, then it just is what it is, right? And look, we're hoping for a miracle putting the season on DTR and Joe Flacco. So we'll see what they do. We'll see what they can do. We'll see who's going to be healthy. I walk away from this like, hey, Kevin, bad play call game, I would say. I think he's had two legitimately bad ones where I'm like, I didn't love what he did against Baltimore, and there was another game I hated the approach to. It was either Seattle. No, Seattle, I thought he did a really good job in. There was another game I hated the approach, and I believe they lost that game. Who are the three losses against? Was it Pittsburgh? One of those games, I thought he had a terrible approach to the game. So I think he's had like 3 bad play calling games, but it is what it is. Do I think the QB is holding on to the ball too long, or you think the offensive line just isn't? Man, it was PJ Walker. That's what was going on, dog. Like, it's really, some of these answers just, y'all want the answer. Well, not y'all. Some people want these answers to be complicated. It's just not. The reason they didn't look good in the fourth quarter is because it was just PJ Walker wasn't playing good. Like, he's already not the highest ceiling player in the world, and he played legitimately awful today. So, like, yeah. You get what you get there. So proud of this team. The season, they have overcome so much. I do think we missed the playoffs due to injuries. It's horrible luck this year. We'll see what happens, man. We might feel completely differently about it next week. We felt like we was going to the Super Bowl with the backup quarterback after last week, so we can't sit here and be like, well, it's done. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Try to keep it even, kill mine. DTR, the only QB Kev has drafted. Kid looks decent. I think he looked pretty good. In parts, I thought he made some really nice throws in this game before he exited, and it's really unfortunate that he got hurt when he did, because I felt like he was like starting to get comfortable. Now, hopefully he can come back next week, play. I think he's probably your best option going forward. I'm not the biggest fan of Joe Flacco. I'm not the biggest fan of all of these other guys in here, but you know, I think Joe Flacco, DTR, as long as one of those two are starting, you have a decent chance to win, as long as the defense is playing well. But we got to see what's going on with Miles. That's also another huge concern. A lot of the concern about this week is going to be on the injury report on Wednesday. Do people not see that we were on our third quarterback, possibly our fourth, and people are acting like Kevin is the biggest problem? Really different season. I think people are underestimating how bad this offense could have looked if you don't have Kevin in there, right? Like, it hasn't been great, but you lose your starting quarterback, you lose your 2 starting tackles, you lose your starting running back, you lose all of these key players, and it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough on the offensive side of the ball, no matter who you bring in or what you try to do as a coach or who you have coaching. Andy Reid will be struggling to put up 30 points with this offense, with PJ Walker and no Amari Cooper. Like, I don't know who people think would not struggle offensively with the hand that they're being dealt, let alone put enough offense together to get to 7 wins. Why throw when you're losing all these players? Because you also lost your tackles. And again, didn't agree with them throwing so much this week. But they were moving the ball downfield when DTR was in the game. That's one thing to point out. They were moving the ball downfield, regardless of whether it was DTR, whether it was a run, whatever you thought about the play calling. They were able to move the ball when DTR was in the game. And again, maybe we're talking about this differently if the quarterback can stay healthy, but also, I think if you're Kevin, you need to give him less and less opportunities to hurt himself, especially when you know that PJ Walker is back there. Like, even that you can put on Kevin. But again, it's one game. he had a bad one. I think Kevin had a bad game. We can all acknowledge that. Even if you're pro Kevin, anti Kevin, you're certainly acknowledging this. But he had a bad game. It's a bad game. Like, you can't fire somebody off the strength of one bad game. You can't even fire somebody off the strength of one bad season. So, like, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's got to get better. Work on fixing some of the mistakes next week. Kevin's play calling was bad, but that just needs to forget about it. I'm starting to get tired of seeing Harrison Bryant takes. Oh, I think Harrison's good at those QB sneaks. You had a lot of weird fumbles, just a lot of. I think this team honestly just did not come in focused to this game. Like, this reeked of a team that was not focused. Ordinary Chip says DTR playing well, the injuries on defense and the drop passes and not the best play calling. Let's get healthy next week. I ain't mad. Go Browns. Yeah, let's get healthy. Well, let's try to get healthy. We'll see what the injury report is on Wednesday. I think that's the most important thing. We really got to see what the injury report looks like, because if we lose Miles for like 4 weeks, that's a problem. If we lose Coop for like 4 weeks, that's a huge problem, right? If we lose DTR for like 4 weeks, it's a huge problem. Kevin said that Cooper's x-rays were negative. That's good. I don't think we thought he broke a bone though, but that's good to know that he has negative x-rays. Hopefully he doesn't have a sprain or something. He's going to be fine. Cooper's a warrior. He's going to play through a lot of injuries, but yeah, man, it was a tough one. Not going to lie to y'all. It was a tough one. Offensively, I felt like the wheels fell off once PJ got in there. Like, if we can put an analogy together, the Browns' offense has been like a wagon, right? And that wagon's been beat up and broke down and all of this, but it keeps pushing. Now, DTR pushing the wagon, it keeps pushing. Deshaun pushing the wagon for a little bit, it keeps pushing. PJ in between reps pushing the wagon a little bit, it keeps pushing. But once DTR got hurt, it felt like the wheels just came off that wagon. Coop got hurt. The run game stopped working. It all died. So that is something we cannot survive. We now know this. We cannot survive PJ Walker having to start multiple games left for this season. I don't know if we're going to survive Joe Flacco having to start multiple games this season, because while there is a lot of confidence on fans in Joe Flacco, I personally don't share it, because Joe Flacco has not been good the last 2 years. Like, he just flat out hasn't. Like, anybody who's watched him play knows he ain't been good. So, don't know if he survived that, to be honest with you. If we can survive that, we're fine. Okay, cool. But I really think DTR needs to get healthy. Thought that this offense was moving at a really nice clip, getting to a really nice place with DTR in there. But once he's out, and then you got to go to PJ, but then you got to go to Joe, it feels tough, right? It feels like a back-breaking thing. And if Miles is out, that's back-breaking, right? We got to, as much as I love to be glass half full, we got to be realistic. This team is not surviving a multiple game. Well, not multiple game. This team is not surviving Myles Garrett being out for the rest of the season. That is one pillar we cannot afford to go down. This team is not surviving Amari Cooper out for the season. That is a pillar we cannot afford to let go down, right? If that goes down, that's it. We might win a game or two. It's going to be okay. We're going to talk about next year. Those things cannot happen, right? We need DTR to be healthy. Hopefully he is. We'll see what's going on there. PJ's ball security and pocket awareness is non-existent. Yeah, I mean, like, sometimes quarterbacks coming in cold like that, they're going to fumble the ball more often than a quarterback who's, like, going to start. But it was just especially awful. Especially awful. What was wrong with Coop today pre-injury? I don't know. He just didn't seem right. Like, every once in a while, a player just has a bad game. It just seemed like Coop was having a bad game, to be honest with you. Just felt like a bad game from Coop. I don't think it was poor game planning, whoever put that in there. Wise guy. I really don't think it was poor game planning. I thought the play calling was not great, but the game planning was fine because a lot of this shit was working. Like before DTR got hurt, I believe they were only down 5 on their way to drive with the penalty, but then the shit got wacky once PJ got in the game. This got way too fucking wacky, and then you couldn't win after that. But man, DTR in there, like I feel like we talk about this game a little differently because I think DTR does a really good job of taking care of the football, and he has really good arm strength. He has really good accuracy. He was getting ball to guys. I thought that was much better today. The defense, they had one to forget. I think this kind of reminded me of that like Indy stinker that they dropped, and they got to figure out a way to be better on the road because they just aren't the same defense on the road that they are at home. And we're probably looking at a team that's a wild card team in the playoffs. If they make it, they got to find a way to be better. Yeah, but they should have ran the ball more today. Absolutely should have ran the ball more today. I don't know. Let me look at their yards per carry because it might have got sunk a little bit by the end of it because of all of the dead plays that were in that game because the game was pretty much over with 3 minutes left. But they should have ran the ball. I think Jerome Ford only had, 9 carries. Like I'm not disagreeing with anybody who thought that the Browns should have ran the ball more today. Yeah, they averaged 4.5 on 24. They should have ran the ball far more than they did. Really should have. But especially like once DTR went out, and maybe if they felt like it was a short-term injury, they would have just ran it. But when he went back to the tent, like, I don't know, man. I don't know if you're coming back with PJ Walker the way he played today. Like, let's just keep it a buck. Even if you don't get that fumble turnover. I just don't have any confidence in how PJ Walker looked today that he was making a comeback. Passing with DTR was 14 of 29, 4.6 yards per attempt with the touchdown, 134 yards, 73.1 rating. Like he had the same amount of production passing the football, DTR did, as Russell Wilson. Denver didn't even run the ball better than us. They just ran it more. They ran it 39 times versus 24. And I really think once PJ got in there, we should have just started running this thing. I don't think that really changes much, though, to be honest. Like, if you can't throw the ball and you down 11 points, you're not winning that game. So, yeah, and it would have been better. Somebody pointed out, ABC, that those stats would have been a lot better for DTR if we don't drop the ball so much, which there were like 5 drops while DTR was in the game. I think 5 more when PJ was in the game. It was a bad outing. I think not only did you not play well, not only was the play calling bad, I thought you got some bad individual efforts from some receivers today. I thought Cedric Tillman and David Njoku were okay, but everybody else has had days to forget. But hey, at the end of the day, you're 7-4 with the chance to go 8-4. And if you win next week against the Rams, which is going to be a tough task, you're 8-4 and you're in the driver's seat for the playoffs. So not really time to panic, just time to refocus, reset, and get focused on next week. But that's going to be it for the live stream. I appreciate every single one of y'all who came in. Y'all have a great day. Have a better night.